Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. This is episode 150. Convenient. It's
Wow.
yeah, I guess it's the Pokemon number. If we want to count like one without Mew, I guess.
Mew doesn't is not real. Mew doesn't count.
Mew's not real. Doesn't exist. Yeah, 150. So that means we're like 2 years away from 200 since we do it every other weekend or every other week.
Mm.
Today we have a special guest, Jordan Fringe, joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem. Jordan does a bunch of classic cartoon stuff on his channel, so go check that out.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a Jordan too. So like every time I
Yeah.
hear him say this, I'm like cringing in my head. Like it's just like he doesn't do it.
Jordans are taking over this episode.
Yes. Mm.
Then Jax and Saber are here, and joining us for another time is Viva.
Hello. Her Pokemon cosplay.
Thank you, Jack. Well, this isn't a Pokemon, but thank you.
I know what
Yeah.
it is. I see your Twitter. I watch your Twitch streams. I sneak in them.
Okay.
You don't see me
there,
sneak
all
into
right.
your Twitch streams where I watch.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
see
exactly.
Well, all right. I guess maybe you know more than I thought you did.
I watched
Thank
when
you
you were
for
like
coming
trying
along.
to fix yourself
Thank you.
being
I
upside down.
appreciate it. I appreciate it, Jack.
Yeah, you were stuck upside down for one episode, and you're like, oh, "Let me fix it." Am I like this? I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna talk about a bunch of different things today because we didn't have one last week because I was at Saber's dog sitting for him. Well, Saber, you were at Everfree Northwest in Seattle.
I was in Seattle. Yes, I was.
How was it?
It's weird. It was nice. The convention was fun. It was a weird. What can I say? How to put this exactly? It's like a lot of folks proceeded into this weekend basing it off of, I would say, like observing the landscape of COVID, like July, or early July, and then things really spiked. So I think folks are like, "Oh, just be careful." And the convention did a good job of being like, "Just wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, be good." And the con itself was great. It was the airport that was the problem.
Yeah.
Where I find it so funny how the airport is posting all this plausible deniability all over the place, where it's like, we encourage you to keep 6 feet apart in line and on the terminal and standing in line and all this stuff. And it's like, no one's doing that. Literally, no one's doing it. This place is not optimized by any means. If anything, it encourages the opposite. So, yeah, lots of people just crammed together. And I mean, I don't feel sick. I got my vaccination months ago, and I hope that holds up. But as far as the convention and stuff, it was enjoyable. It was cool to see folks again. It felt like it was a good step forward with returning to normal, which I hope continues to be the case. And that was Seattle.
Jax, what about you? What you've been doing past 3 weeks, I guess?
Oh, I actually did something. Oh yeah, I actually did some, so I would have something to do. Hold on.
What?
Let me see
What'd
if
you do?
I went. Hold on. I was gonna just link it. No, fuck it. No, whatever. I went rock climbing. That was
Oh.
fun. That was super fun. I haven't gone in years, and it was super fun, challenging.
Like in a
and then
facility or like on a mountain?
Yeah, in a facility.
Okay.
I got.
Oh, Tom's
it
here.
It was bad. Tom came. Yes, Tom came. It's awesome. It
I
was
didn't
bad. I got
realize
scared.
there was a new server.
Yeah, I sent
I
you.
was like, what
a
the
thing.
fuck? It's like 10 past 9 and no one started. What the hell's going on? And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh man.
I'm an idiot.
Who told Tom about this server?
Hey, Leo.
Yeah, I sent everybody a link.
I know, I didn't see the link because I'm dumb.
I just saw the Zelda.
Ban him.
He's gonna say that
good.
every time.
Every time. It'll always make me laugh.
Tom, what about you? I know you've been doing a lot of your like modeling stuff.
Oh, you model now,
He's a
Tom?
model.
Yes.
Tom's models are so
I'm a
good.
plus size model. You know, it's a growing industry.
You got the height for a model, so yeah, that works.
No, I've been doing a lot of 3D work. I opened commissions a couple weeks ago, so I'm just finished the first one. I'm starting the second one. It's pretty cool, and I'm just posting like little 3D stuff that I've been doing on weekends when I actually have free time. Go check it out.
You got
Self-promotion.
commissions?
I did.
Follow
I can like
Tommy's Twitter. It's a
I
good
can
Twitter.
pay you to do anything if I pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's all I need.
What
to
do
know.
you have in
All right,
mind?
cool. Never mind.
Right.
That'll be off stream.
I already know what he. I can already imagine what he has in mind. And
Yeah,
I already know
I'm
that
imagining it
Charles
too.
is double
I
for
slept
it.
talk.
Do you want to hear an embarrassing moment of clarity I had like a week ago?
What?
Sure.
So I did a commission with that himbo patron saint post, whatever,
Yeah.
where I commissioned a friend of mine to draw it up. And I'm like, wow, this came out really good. I'm like, man, it's so cool. It'd be cool if you can do this with porn. It's like, duh, dude. It's keeping half of artists who go to college in business. So
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm gonna draw porn.
Excellent.
Good for you.
All right. So for our two guests, what have you guys been up to?
Who goes first?
You go first.
Okay. What have I been up to? I've been playing video games, mostly working, I guess.
Yeah,
'Cause
I've seen you've been
I'm-
working on the JoJo stuff.
Yeah, because
Pretty bizarre.
Because JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I've been making videos on, and they've been gaining an obscene amount of traction, and
Yeah.
so I've done the first 4 parts as well as a couple of side videos on it. The part 3 is at 14 million, part 4 is at 8.5 million. Everyone wants me to do part 5. I've been working on part 5 for bloody months, and everyone's like, "Why aren't you working on part 5?" I'm like, I am. It takes a long time.
You got 8 legs, you can make them work.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You might think this is a hindrance, but it is in fact more limbs for me to work with. So
You know what gets me is that I know you're a big spider believer, and like that really has kind of changed my opinion about spiders here in America.
nice.
I saw a spider in my garage actually. It killed like 20 yellow jackets that snuck in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh,
dude, spider bro is pretty based. But then
yeah, I know, right?
But then I don't know. I'm like, I can't show weakness, so I stepped on it anyway just to be safe.
Wow.
Well,
I'm
okay.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Good.
Ending.
I burned it.
Good.
Genuinely though,
Cool.
there's a hero spider in my garage, and I'm like, this is why we need them on our side. So.
Yeah, exactly. They will get rid of your pests. They are not pest. They are friend. They will not attack you unless you annoy them.
Right.
What about funnel webs? Those ones.
Yeah, those ones scare me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like I'm neighbors with every spider.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause those ones.
I looked up the camel spider last night. 'Cause I got confused. Because I was watching The Goblet of Fire with my girlfriend, and there was that scene where Mad Eye Moody's like, "Oh, the spider," and Laura's like, "Yeah, it's an actual spider," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is. But what's it called? It's camel spider." And I'm like, "No, it's not it." And apparently, it's some kind of scorpion called like a whip spider. But then I typed in, "Well, what is a camel spider?" And I typed it in. It looks like one of the arachnids from like Starship Troopers. Like its
big.
teeth are like that.
Yeah.
They eat fucking lizards and shit. Like they sneak in like fucking bags and
Sorry,
stuff.
tangents, but I was
That's pretty pog.
continue Pokemon.
All right. But yeah, Jordan, what about you?
Well, actually, Paleo.
There it is. Here we go.
Well, aside from working a lot as well, I've just been hobbyist collecting for a lot of Pokemon and Digimon stuff recently. So that's really what I've been spending my free time with.
Yeah,
So,
I like this guy. He got Digimon. There you go.
Yeah.
You always bring
Opening-
person in. They say like one thing, and I'm just like, I like this person. Like last time, who was it? It was like Matt last time, the other Matt, and he was like Spectacular Spider-Man. I was like, I like this guy. That's all you say. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we can go to topics. But I already see we have some super chats. We will answer those at the second half of the show when we do Q&A. So if you want to ask questions, you can use super chats or ask us stuff on Twitter. So first thing, we'll do like a bunch of movie stuff. Not all of us will have seen stuff though, but first thing I think Saber and I have seen, and that's Vivo on Netflix. And this is the Lin-Manuel Miranda animated musical by Sony Pictures Animation. And I was like very pleasantly surprised by this because I watched In the Heights as well, and I wasn't really that into it. Because didn't you also watch that with Laura, Saber?
Yep. And I thought it was the first. I wish Hero was here because he also watched it and he knows music better than we do. But the first third of the film, I will weigh in on it if you'd like. But like for me personally, I was like, so I like Lin. I know that Hollywood's on a bit of a high with him right now, but I wouldn't say it isn't without merit. It's just that he's a very particular. Well, not particular. He's got a style. You listen to his music and you're like, oh, that's Lin, all right. And it's neat to see him strut his stuff because I think he's got a lot of heart. I think he's a very genuine. He actually wrote back to my girlfriend. Like really? I was like, what? Like it was a few months ago. Laura was like, oh my God, like this is from Lin. And it was handwritten letter. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like he wrote you back? Like, man, that's wow.
Class.
Massive respect. A lot of big like celebs, especially of his, like height, he's not dismissing, or at least it's too overwhelming. But like he must have taken his time to write back to everybody, and I have a lot of respect for that. But yeah, for In the Heights, the first third, I'm like, I like it a lot. I'm here for it. And then it started to get really cheesy. And
it got corny. Yeah. In the Heights, it gets really corny.
Yeah, and it never brought me back in. And spoilers aside, there's a point where I was like actually kind of giggling, where I'm like, this is kind of a little bit melodramatic. And but of course, like my girlfriend while watching it's like tearing up, and I'm like, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not saying a thing. Yeah, it's just stupid, it's just dumb. Where's Hamilton? But yeah, Vivo.
Yeah,
Viva,
very close to Vivo.
I've been like, I'm like, I have a double take every time you're like Vivo, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what y'all think of Vivo because like I have some thoughts. I'll keep them short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah, one thing I'm glad that Netflix didn't do is that Netflix didn't like completely like spoil a big plot point in the movie, because there is a big plot point that like happens very early on and they don't spoil it in the trailer. I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, we'll avoid spoilers, but they did something that was pretty bold, and at that point of the film, it was early on. I'm like, okay, that was pretty bold, and I am excited to see what they do with it. And I feel like they never really delivered on that. Also, little girl character, they didn't make me care enough about her, because they allude to backstory with her and her family, her dad. But even then, I'm like, this isn't enough. It's moving too quickly. Like, there's a part where they're going through like the Everglades, and I'm like, what's happening right now? Like,
I do agree with that. It did move a bit quickly, but like, I think the music did elevate it a lot for me, because I think I was just expecting so much more from In the Heights, that this one with Vivo, I was just like, oh, I actually like the music a lot more in this one. So
yeah, I think they're both fine. Songs from both are fine. Funny enough, I think my favorite song was it Missy Elliott or Queen Latifah? I think it was Missy Elliott. Like helped Lynn to write it, and it was the one with the girl in her bedroom. And really good songs. I forget it, but that was catchy. That was an earworm.
Yeah, I like that too.
But yeah, ultimately, I mean, visually it's fine. There are some parts where I'm like, that's a bit bare bones. Like the ocean, the water effects. Like he jumped in, it looked more like Jello than water, and I was like, that's odd.
I'm guessing that Sony Animation has like different teams working on.
B-team,
different movies at the same time, because they have 4 movies this year.
Oh, they're moving.
The first one is Mitchell's vs. Machines, then Wish Dragon, which was with the collaboration with the Chinese studio, Now this with Vivo, and then later on Hotel Transylvania 3.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
there
4.
has to be multiple things.
4.
Multiple
the fourth.
things. So, but still, that being said, Vivo, because I avoided all the trailers for it. I was like, I want to go in blind, and I'm also doing the same thing with Encanto, where I'm like, don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. I want to be surprised. And I don't think Vivo was bad. Maybe it's my fault for having high expectations. And I wouldn't say there's anything about it where it's like abhorrent, but there were just some things they set up that I thought they didn't really deliver on. And like it gave me vibes to Up with Russell, funny enough, with the little girl.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
But I cared so much more for Russell than I did for this little girl, where they tell us, they don't really show us for the little girl and her hardships, or heartbreak, whatever. Hardships? Hardships.
I mean, they don't really show with Russell either, because like he just talks about it.
Well, shut up.
Tom, did you watch Vivo?
I haven't seen Vivo. I'm curious to see it because when I watched Into the Heights, it was really interesting because obviously I've watched Hamilton. I've listened to the soundtrack, I guess, all the time. My friend really got into it, and she was like, "You're going to like this." I'm like, "Okay." I jokingly said all the time I watched Hamilton the anime because I watched all. She kept sending me all the little
animatics
that YouTubers would do, and that's originally how I saw the whole thing. Was like the entire thing, one animatic at a time, from like different people. So I'm like, this is just an anime, I guess. So that was really enjoyable. The interesting thing I thought about Into the Heights was that I was curious going into it how much of it was going to be similar to Hamilton in terms of like the music, because it's interesting when you have somebody who you haven't really experienced for as a creator, which is my first kind of like project seeing Lin-Wen was in Hamilton. I was like, so how much of like Hamilton is Lin and how much of Hamilton is Hamilton? And what I mean by that is like how much of the identity of Hamilton that is like kind of like taken the word by storm. Yeah.
Can I comment on that real fast? Because I actually finished the audiobook that is based on a biography on Hamilton, which is what Lin read back in like the mid 2000s and based a lot of the musical like on that book. It inspired it. There are parts in the book where it's like there's straight up lines that inspired songs with like throwing away your shot or whatever. And there's a few other like songs where it's like like, oh shit, Lane, you got that from the book, like straight up, like, or even like parts of the there's a quote where George Washington said, are these the men to which I'm to defend America? That's an actual quote, like in real life, where George said that one day. He was getting pissed off. He was like, fuck this army, it sucks. Like, and well, that line wasn't in the musical, but it should have been. Ultimately, though, a lot of, I wonder that too. I'm like, how much of this is based on the actual historical figure and how much of it is like Lin and possible embellishment? And for what it's worth, there's so much he left out, and he had to. So much. Sure. It's ridiculous, the actual character of Alexander Hamilton and just how overwhelmingly stupid, busy this guy was, to the point where when you say it out loud of what he's been involved with, you're like, you're making shit up. And I was like, no, this guy was busy. And it's a good blend, his history, and then Lin taking the initiative to do something with it as a musical. And yeah. It's
that's like a really kind of interesting aspect to it as well. That wasn't really what I was referring to, though. I guess what I was meaning more, and I maybe I didn't do a great job of explaining it.
Like, I might have jumped conclusions. I'm sorry.
I was kind of curious watching Into the Heights going into it, is how much of like Hamilton's styling in terms of the music and stuff, how much of that was like a tone developed for this project, and how much of that is like strictly, Lin's DNA in terms of like as like a music creator himself. And watching Into the Heights, it's like almost identical in terms of like fingerprint, in terms of like the sound and the aesthetic. It's like
rap, yeah.
It's very much like, okay, it's like, because I was always curious with like the play Hamilton, doing no research into like its production or its background. I just got it thrown into my face. I was like, was this like a purposeful juxtaposition, or was this just like this creator is how he thinks, and he's just approaching the subject matter as himself? And watching Into the Heights, like it's clearly the latter. Like this is just clearly his musical stylings. So I'm curious about Vivo, if it also has like that very distinct fingerprint, or if he kind of like, because like some creators can like kind of tweak and
I think
adjust
so.
the way
Like
they make
when
things.
you
Can I-
listen
can I
to
harken-
when you listen to the first song, you're like, okay, yeah.
Hold on. So like it's the same thing with John Williams, where you're just like that'll something about his music where you're like, that's John Williams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's hard to. I'm not good with like the technological. God, the actual terms.
It's
for
funny,
music.
like the one time we're talking about like music stuff, Hero's not here.
Hero's not here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Because he would he could talk like all about this.
on the technical side, I can't really identify it, but my subconscious is like, okay, I hear it. Something that's John Williams, that's Lynn. And the only time I can ever say where it's, I can feel like it was a bit of a departure from Lynn's style was cause I'm pretty sure he was the one in charge of the Mary Poppins remake, and he did the music for that. Because I was like, that sounds like. It didn't sound like I mean, obviously he's not rapping in Mary Poppins, but like it's hard to put. You know what? Skip me. I need Hero here to help me along because I'm clearly not.
I feel like Mary Poppins the remake came out well before Hamilton, right? That was like
Yeah.
wasn't-
No. Like
no.
the yeah, Mary Poppins Returns came out in 2018.
Yeah, it came out.
Oh,
I
did it
think
really?
I
Yeah.
think Hamilton's success won him. Like they're like, give this guy jobs in Hollywood.
Yeah, but like he was just
That's
like a
interesting.
character in Mary Poppins Returns. He didn't like do the music, did he?
I thought he did. I mean, look it up.
Because like Mary Poppins
sounds so
Returns,
serious.
it like the music in that sounds like Mary Poppins, like from the previous.
Well, yeah,
movie.
because it's Mary.
Yeah.
That feels so much longer than 2013. I mean 2018. It feels like 2013 in my brain or something ridiculously old like that for some reason.
No, you're right. It's not by Lynn.
Yeah.
I'll-
Like
I'll-
Nora in
I'll
the
be
chat
quiet
said,
now.
Lynn did not do the music for Mary Poppins Returns.
I'll
Yeah,
just-
that's
I'm
what I
gonna-
thought.
I'm gonna be quiet. I know what I'm talking about.
All right, but anyway, Vivo. I think it's a fun movie. Like I recommend it. It's on Netflix, so pretty easy to watch. Next thing, let's talk about the Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad. How many of you watched it?
I have not seen it yet.
You actually saw it, right?
Oh, what?
The Suicide Squad.
I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was
Yeah.
playing some. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Of course I did. Fucking Street Sharks in it. Why wouldn't I
Yeah.
not see it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
I didn't think
So-
of that. You're right.
No. So I went to go see the Suicide Squad when it first came out, just because I was like, okay, I'm very interested how they're doing. Because first off, they got King Shark in it, so I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I love this. Because like every time King Shark's in live action, I'm just really like hyped to see him. Like even in that CW Flash show where they had him, where he's like all jacked and literally looks like a street shark. I'm just like, oh fuck, dude, I don't care. This is the stupidest fucking plot line of how he got this way, but this is fucking cool. So when I went to the movie, I was like, oh, okay, let's see how this goes, because the first Suicide Squad I rewatched recently, and that one, there's aspects of it that are like good, like Will Smith. He's charming. He's Will Smith. He's like one of the most charming men alive. All right, so I love him in that movie. Margot Robbie, great as Harley Quinn. The characters are that like freaking Rick Flag. I didn't even realize Rick Flag's like the guy who watches over him. Like I didn't even realize that was the same actor in both movies, because like in the first movie he looks like very like he's got a beard and short hair, buzz cut and all this stuff, and it's just like, that's you? And I was like, oh fuck, you're way more likable than you ever were in the first movie. So like this movie improved so much, and it was like it gave me like Incredible Hulk vibes, with the sense of like I didn't know if it was a sequel or a reboot, because like you know how like Hulk 2003
Right.
and then there's the Incredible Hulk, and it's like the Incredible Hulk, if you watch both back to back, it's like, okay, this is a sequel to that movie, but it's also a soft reboot. So that's what it felt like with this. It was like, oh, this is clearly a soft reboot of the first movie, but it's also a sequel, because like you got like freaking Captain Boomerang, like, oh, so how'd you get back in it, mate? And it's like, oh, I had this. And it's just like, so did the Birds of Prey thing happen, or are you doing that?
Yeah.
So like that was
I don't know, because like when I watched the Suicide Squad, I had not seen Birds of Prey yet. So
okay.
I watched that like right before watching the Suicide Squad.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
'cause
it
Birds
didn't
of Prey-
it didn't really seem like to connect much, other than like Harley Quinn just being in both. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she became more of like her own person in Birds of Prey, and then like in
Yeah.
this one, she was able to stand out, which I like. I really like Harley Quinn in this movie. I like what she went through. I like her stuff. Bloodsport just being the implant for like Will Smith, instead of like being Deadshot, they used Bloodsport, which I thought was pretty cool. They gave him a fucking badass mask and all that stuff. John
Sure,
Cena
I'm
is
gonna-
phenomenal in
sorry,
this.
guys.
Like John
he's great.
Cena kicks so much ass in this movie. Like I love seeing John Cena just act the way he did, like I loved him. I loved every time Peacemaker was on screen. Freaking Ratcatcher 2. That woman is fine as fuck, and she was great. I loved her character. Like, she's like narcoleptic. Like, cause she's like King Shark is like hungry one night, and then he doesn't know the squad yet. So he's like, "Oh, I'm about to get a midnight snack," and then he like picks her up, and her ass is just like, and she's like, and then like freaking Bloodsport's like, "What the fuck? Why are you sleeping through this?" She's like, "Oh, what happened?" And it's just like, what is wrong with you? I thought the whole thing with Starro, the Conqueror, was great. Thought that whole thing was really funny because you go back and watch like the Robot Chicken skit they did years earlier, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that whole Starro skit. This is funny. So it was like seeing that in live action. The stuff with him was creepy. I love the gore factor. The comedy made me laugh. But yeah, the biggest thing I fucking love about this is just Rambo King Shark. Like, fucking Sylvester Stallone as King Shark is easily my favorite version of King Shark to this day. Like, and I love Harley Quinn show King Shark. King Shark and Harley Quinn show, he's great. But like, just him being dumb, like, no dumb friends, and just acting that, I loved it. I love every scene with him on screen. He is like a precious baby. I love that character. I loved how like James Gunn was able to make this I'll say this. Okay, so they're villains. So of course they're gonna do villainous shit. But it's funny in a way because like, okay, so like in other movies, a fuck ton of people die in this movie. Like a fuck ton of people die. Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, and you look at like superhero movies and it can sort of make you feel uncomfortable. With this one, because they're villains, it's like, oh fuck, that sucks. It's just like, he's just like the whole ending. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but like this whole ending scene, I'm just like, that is terrible. But they're villains, so it's just like, yeah, they're villains. Polka Dot Man, hilarious.
Yeah, that was great.
They took such a non-character from the comics and made him so great. Like I really wish like Taskmaster from freaking Black Widow got the Polka Dot Man treatment or something like that if you're gonna do it, because Polka Dot Man is just such a one-off character and they make him so great, and the fact that he's insane, and then oh god, that was just hilarious. But like Amanda Waller, phenomenal actress. Like I forget the actress's name who plays her, but she does an outstanding job. Viola Davis. Yes, thank you very much. She is phenomenal as well, able to bring that like bitchy, like I don't care, like really transplants the one from the cartoons and the comic books on screen. Love seeing her do the stuff. I really enjoyed the movie. I had a fun time. I was laughing my ass off through it. It was very gory, very violent, but hilarious. King Shark, fucking great. Best King Shark to date, no contest. And yeah, like I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I really.
You think he's better than?
Yeah, much better.
From Harley Quinn.
Yes, Harley Quinn. Because like the thing with Harley Quinn show, I love Harley Quinn show King Shark, but like this King Shark was. Because it's Sylvester Stallone, fucking Rambo, and he's just like, oh, new dumb friend. He's just an adorably naive, like, fucking monster who, like, he does horrible, really fucked up shit.
How does that actually reflect to the comic book character, though?
Okay, so in the comic book, it switches around. So, for example, there's, like, sometimes you have King Shark where he's, like, a monstrosity. Sometimes you have King Shark where he's, like, a serial killer in some aspects, like the freaking Arkham Assault. Like he's like freaking, I hated that design for him, but like he was like a serial killer with a bunch of people on him. And then sometimes he's just like a dumb animal who doesn't talk much. So I really like this version where he's just like, oh, I don't know any better. I'm just a dumb little sweet cinnamon bun that'll rip you to pieces. He was fucking great. I loved every scene he was in. And yeah, Paleo, you got anything else to say on it?
No, but I was gonna say, you think you want to put Lammy on your bed or something and like the podcast in there? Because he's like standing up.
I'm gonna film off the roof. That's what I do. My camera off. Sorry.
I think for Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad, big distinction there.
Yeah.
Big distinction.
I think the strongest fact is that having James Gunn, he is so good at making, an attachment with the audience to characters that would seem so unlikable or so weird. And he's proved that with like the Guardians movies. Like,
exactly.
Why would I care about a tree? but I somehow care about a tree. Why am I going to care about a shark and a guy who throws polka dots, but somehow I feel for them by the end of the film?
Yeah.
So I think there's something in the way he shows these, very intimate scenes in between the action to really get who these characters are without having to give a lot of, exposition like this is why he's this way and it's sad, or this is how I got there. Like they'll do it either in a comedic way or in a very subtle way. And I think that really works to the benefit. And obviously, like the film kills off a lot of characters, and it's not afraid to kill off characters you thought would probably survive.
Right.
But I will say, taking some characters from like the first movie and kind of giving them a redemption. Like you take like Captain Boomerang, and he's all right in the first movie. Like he's just not a really big standout character, and give him such a really badass moment early on in the film. Like I was like, yo, Captain Boomerang's way cooler. What happened? One scene with him makes him so much cooler than the entire first movie.
Exactly.
So there's a lot that this movie does well, and I think by the end of it, it's a good journey, and I think that I think this kind of keeps opening the door for DC to explore being a little bit different and playing in this R-rated realm. I know not every film, like when they have to make Batman, they're not going to risk Batman being rated R. Obviously, they want everyone and their kids to go. But with these like Birds of Prey or this type of movie, I think giving it these R ratings and letting it have a little bit more of a playground can really emphasize a lot more fun and take those restrictive, chains off. So I ended up really enjoying it. Obviously, immensely better than the last outing with the characters. It's funny enough because you like Peacemaker the most, so I'm sure you're excited for the show coming out in January.
Very excited since James Gunn was like talking about working on the Peacemaker thing. I'm very interested in that.
So he didn't end up being my favorite character. So like by the end of it, I was like, but I want King Shark to get a show. Like I just watched this guy. Like out of all the characters, like that character is the one that's getting his own show. I'm like, but what? Give me Polka Dot Man's origins. Like give me something. Like I don't know. There's other things I was like very into, but
yeah, because King Shark honestly is my favorite character in the movie. Just I have such an innate love for shark humanoid characters. Like Street Sharks really affected me as a lot kid, so that's what it is. Like it just really good. But like no, I loved him through the movie. But yeah, like if anyone's gonna get a show in this Peacemaker, I'm like, okay, fine, yeah, sure, I'll watch this. I'll watch this show, like how they're gonna do it. And then John Cena is like stuck in that suit. Like every time you like see him at a press conference, he's wearing that.
Every interview, every conference, every late night show, he was always in the suit, and I was like, that that's commitment. If the studio's really getting someone on their side, he's really good at just sticking to whatever promotion he needs to do. So
right, yeah, like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, just wearing that suit everywhere, just like.
He fought to get that, so I would never let it go.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand like why. I'd be like, yeah, this is mine. No, I don't care.
Deadpool.
This is mine.
Just that.
Yeah, this is me. Tom, you should watch it. You'll really like it.
Yeah,
it's
I definitely
fun.
plan on it.
Rick Flag is great.
All right, next thing. So a few days ago, while I was still at Saber's place, I watched The Green Knight with Laura, and then I watched it again a couple days ago with my dad. It's a movie that's is very artsy. It's a very artsy movie, but it is very good. I think what is it? David Lowery, who is the director. He actually did the Pete's Dragon remake, which I know if I bring that up to Race, like he'll be like, oh,
yeah, I know.
Well, yeah.
That's why I gave you. You should have said it to him at HomoCon. Yeah, this is so much better.
Yeah, but the Green Knight, it's based on an old story, based on like the age of like or like the place of like Camelot and like King Arthur and all that. It's about like King Arthur's nephew, and this Green Knight that comes in and well, I won't like say everything, but
wasn't that in the trailer though? Like he's just like, I'm a challenge for you.
Yeah, because so, like this knight comes in who's like all like tree like and stuff, like comes in and is like, strike me wherever you want, and then in 1 year from now you come to my place and I'll strike you.
Yeah. Stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It's just like, okay, pop.
Yeah,
There you go. Bye.
Like when because like I thought it sounded familiar, and I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this premise in Adventure Time before, where there's an episode of Adventure Time that is like based on this story. So I thought that was neat, but like the whole story itself is really good. It's sort of about like showing like true courage, I guess. And it has some very, very excellent like cinematography in it. Like it's some of the best I've seen in the past few years. So I definitely think this movie is going to get like some kind of nominations.
When did they set him on fire? That's what I would have did. I would just throw a match at him. Okay, there, it's over. Okay. Cute.
No, I really want to see the film. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I know it's on demand now. But
Nice.
It's definitely highly anticipated. I think the director's great. I loved his other film, Ghost Story. That film
I still haven't
affected
seen that. I
me.
need to watch it.
That film at the time it came out and the place I was in my life affected me way too heavily. And I was like, okay, this film means way more to me than what it seems. So I've been looking forward to this one for a while. I think, it looks visually stunning. I'd like a good slow burn as long as it has a reason
like
to
that.
burn slow.
And it just like this movie like gets progressively weirder like as it goes on. Tom, I actually think you'd really like it because it goes like there's so much like existential stuff in it too. So
Seeing some trailers and just like popping up on like Twitter ads and shit, I'm like, this looks pretty dope.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so and Dev Patel, the main actor in it, he's great. Who plays Sir Gawain.
Isn't that guy who played Zuko?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, another reason should have burned him right then and there. Okay. See? Easy. Easy math.
But yeah.
No Way Home trailer just dropped.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The Spider-Man trailer just dropped?
What?
Ryan?
Where?
You can't just say this.
Ryan,
Can we watch it? Let's
Yes,
all
watch it
watch
live.
it.
Let's watch it live.
Oh,
Hey,
baby.
like
Well,
I
watch
said
it
it.
live. Here.
Yes,
No.
set it live.
It's
Jax,
the trailer
you
with all the
str-
done
you-
visuals.
Jax, you stream it so that way we
Oh,
can
yeah,
watch it
yeah,
right here
okay.
in the podcast.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm going on YouTube.
All the pre-vis is
so we can
done.
get fucking
We did it.
copyright claimed by Disney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Disney is like rarely does that. Like
It'd be
compared
Sony would come after you for this one.
yeah, it would be Sony, not
Is it
Disney.
on? Is it on? Where did Ryan put it in the thing?
It's
Or
on
on
Sony.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
he
already
just
in
he
this
just
movie,
linked it.
so-
Yeah,
Sony Pictures. Okay, let me go there. Sony Pictures. Here we go.
It's
Alright.
All right,
3 minutes long,
it's a
and they're calling it a
live
teaser trailer.
Here's a live reaction to the Spider-Man trailer.
A 3-minute long teaser
Oh,
trailer.
here we go. All right, let me share my screen.
Yeah, I was waiting for the trailer to drop before the podcast so I could add it in.
Right.
It got leaked, didn't it?
Yeah, but this is like the
yesterday.
official release.
Oh,
It had none of the visual effects in that leak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like a pre-production part. All right,
Okay,
here we go.
got it.
Here we go.
All right, let's do this.
There's an echo.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
an echo
yeah,
on your
yeah,
end.
yeah.
Jax.
You mean
How do we fix that?
How do we
Everyone
fix
mute
it?
their mic while watching it.
Everyone
No.
mute their mic.
Jax,
Wait, what?
like
Jax,
instead of streaming your display, stream Chrome, not your display.
I don't know how to.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Stop. Bub. All right, give me a second. Stream Chrome. Where's
Because
Chrome?
if we have to mute each other, then what's the point in the live?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're right.
That's
All right.
Want me to stream it?
Yeah, Saber, you can do that. Oh wait, no, wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Jax has got it
Okay.
now. Jax has got it now. All right.
All right, yeah, this looks
It's
good.
good. Okay.
Full screen that cheese.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
True spider
I
fact.
don't know. Can we just like stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Body over.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
Saber.
Right?
Mysterio revealed my identity. My entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange. Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my god, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really stop talking. What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live two different lives.
That wasn't Magneto, was it?
The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Oh!
Oh shit!
Hello.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Wait, come on. No, show me Toby. Show me fuck you.
That's more than enough.
So
All right,
We've seen.
yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, baby. Oh, fuck. Ah!
Oh, that's
that Electro's electricity was actually yellow. So that
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even notice Electro.
was, it's, I mean, it's just his just the
Yeah.
electricity, but
Oh,
But yeah, like,
Ooh.
if you got a
Oh,
goblin
shit.
pumpkin, so like, is Willem Dafoe gonna be on it?
You heard
Willem
his-
Dafoe. Oh, happy Willem Dafoe. I didn't even think
fucking
about it possibly being Willem Dafoe. Oh my goodness.
You heard his fucking laugh. Is
Yeah, yeah.
like, you're oh fuck, dude, that's so
I am
cool.
so conflicted right now.
Spider-Man.
On the one hand, this is clearly Sony's attempt to milk my nostalgia as now I'm a 30-year-old man. But it's working really well.
It works so perfectly.
let it consume you.
Oh.
You know what gets me is that I've cared zero about like the superhero world like after Endgame. And it's
yeah,
not like
same.
deliberately so. I'm not trying to be a contrarian where it's like fuck it. I just really have no desire, except for like
Endgame was the end, and it was kind of
Yeah.
a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
fine, there was
least-
a bit of a disarray afterwards, but this is the first time since then where I'm like actually intrigued to see what they're doing. And I feel very naive to feel that way, but whatever. Let's have fun.
Who gives a fuck?
The second Spider-Man movie, that one was set after Endgame though, and like that one was like, oh yeah, I enjoyed that one, the one with Mysterio. I forgot what it was called. Something
Far
something
From Home, because it was some
Far
From
BS.
Home,
No,
that's the one.
the problem with Far From Home is it literally followed Spider-Verse too. So it's just like we just saw like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so funny because like Sony was like so desperate for like Spider-Man, so I was like, no, please let us have it. And it's like, no, you fucked this up in a million times. It's like, no, please let us just do this one time. And then like a diamond in the rough, under pressure, they made Spider-Verse the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. And so it's just like, fuck, dude. And so like after that, it's like, whoa, Spider-Man, what you got? What you got? And so you see Far From Home, and it's just like, it's all right. Mysterio's great, but it's
fine, but it was definitely no Into the Spider-Verse though. That's very true.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And then like with this one, what's so cool about it is the fact that like after Enter the Spider-Verse was just so perfect. It's just like, what can you do for a Spider-Man 3? All right, what can we do? All right, well, we are going into this multiverse dimension stuff, and then if you've been watching the TV shows, it's just like, especially after Loki, like spoilers, people, Loki's finale is like, okay, fuck this. It's just like, let's just do how they're gonna do it. So it's like, oh, everything's on the table now.
Yeah,
Like
Loki
can
went
come
full
back.
comic book.
Exactly.
That was
Yeah.
the time. So like my problem is the same. Like after Endgame, it's like, all right, you built me up to this. Like, how can you ever live up to this again? And what Loki leaves off with, and what's starting to happen now, and all the pieces are starting to come together, and you're like, oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah.
I have never been more excited for Marvel's future
Same.
based off the ending of Loki. I'm like, okay, this makes all of the Thanos arc. I don't care anymore. This is the stuff I've been waiting for. Now they're just saying, we got everyone used to comics, and now we're going pretty comic-y.
Yeah. Because after I watched Spider-Verse, I was like, that is the most comic book movie I have ever seen. Like with like how crazy it went.
I watched Loki and I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think, but I like the whole opening up the multiverse thing is just gonna let them do a lot of weird fucking shit, which is good. Even if I wasn't a huge fan of how they got there, I just hope that like let's just pull out some weird fucking shit, because there's just so much in the Marvel universe that's just balls to the wall nuts.
Hugh Jackman, get those claws back out. Yeah, Hugh Jackman, get those fucking claws. I don't care. You get those claws out. Wesley Snipes, you get that fucking sword. All right, all these people.
Oh
It's
my
just
god!
like,
It's goddamn. There's a bike with a burning skeleton, and it's like that's Nicolas
Cage. Nicolas Cage back.
Unironically, do
I
it.
would scream in the theater. I'd be like, "Thank God!"
This is why I think it was smart of them to get What If out right after Loki.
Right.
To be like, all right, so now you know about the multiverse, and here's these other situations that could have happened, just to tell you how weird things could get, hypothetically.
Right.
So,
Hypothetically, wink, wink.
If I may, though, I mean, like, I mad props, like, I mean, because when you're reaching that
Saber, your
level of-
mic's doing a thing.
Test.
It's doing like a staticky thing. We'll get him back.
All we had to say to get rid of him? Holy shit. I remember that. I guess while he's gone, I guess like the only like trepidation I have with this direction that they're going is that like the biggest problem with comics is that they're so dense and so interwoven. And like now Marvel is basically like opening that can of worms with the films. Because like everything is so interconnected, and they're doing it by design, obviously, because they want you to consume all the things. But it's like, imagine being like 10 right now and being hyped for Spider-Man, and it's like before you were like a zygote, like there's like history of films you need to watch a little 10-year-old boy to understand what the fuck's going on, you know? So like it's just going to keep getting more dense and more interconnected, and it's going to be really interesting to see the clusterfuck that is Western comics like giving a multi-million-dollar budget over the next 10 years and be like, oh, all right, that's a choice, I guess.
Right. Oh God, no. You know what's funny about that though, Tom? Because it's funny you mentioned like how 10-year-olds would know that stuff. Like a lot of the 10-year-olds, like from my family and stuff like that, they know about those like Tobey Maguire stuff. They used to watch those shit. They got action figures. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, let's talk about that real quick because we all just had our reaction to the trailer. It is funny, like the reason this happened was because it got leaked, and of course like, you know, they leaked it on like it was like a recording of a cell phone, like someone recorded a cell phone, like they were trying to be super slick with what they did. And so but prior to that, it was, I don't know why companies just haven't learned this yet. Like they haven't learned this since 1998 with Godzilla in 1998 with like action figures spoiling freaking movies, because it's just like I remember when freaking Godzilla first came out, even as a kid, they were trying to hide what Godzilla looked like. They were trying to hide, like, you don't want to know, you have to get in the theater to see that shit. And then you go to like Walmart, oh wow, everything right there, every figure of what Godzilla looks like.
Here's a view of Godzilla better than we get in the movie.
Exactly. And then like freaking even with like years later with they did it with Godzilla versus Kong where they gave away Mecha Godzilla, but they also did it with freaking Avengers Endgame where if you look at like the covers for like the toys, they gave away Professor Hulk was one like, oh, Professor Hulk, like he's gotten intelligence. It's just like, what? Why would you give that away? So it's just, and with this, they gave away that Tobey Maguire and like Andrew Garfield like figures are going to be in the movie. So it's just like, oh, bro, like I don't know how that would work for companies. Just like hold off for a bit. Just like look, just hold off. Like this is massive spoilers. You can't put this figure out yet. You can put these ones out all you want, but don't do that. But
it just sucks. There's too many moving parts when it comes to that because like they have to make sure the toys are being produced on time for the movie, and there's too many people that gets their hands in that. Someone's gonna go, oops. Took a picture of it. Oops, the product got put online. You know,
right?
That's the problem. It happens once a franchise becomes a like I guess a merchandising opportunity.
Right.
Like it's weird because like I was gonna try to come up with an example of a movie that hasn't really done that with merchandise, but then I was thinking, you know what? I've actually seen toys of Dune, with Dune coming out.
Gotta make that money.
That's my most anticipated.
I mean, they got like the worms and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
I cannot wait for that.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, Saber, was there something you were gonna say before we move on?
Yeah, before you got cut off.
No, you guys got it.
All right. So next thing, I think this is a good transition actually, because what if the What If series came out since the last podcast.
That Thanos shit they did in that cracked me up
shit,
so
Deli
bad.
18, thank you. $150 for the 150th podcast.
Jesus
Dang,
Christ.
nice. Way to go, Deli. Good one. Sick. Oh, that is awesome.
But yeah, we'll be answering questions on the second half, but thank you. So yeah, the What If series, the first 2 episodes came out. The first one was if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum. And the second one was if T'Challa became Star-Lord.
Yeah, that whole shit with Thanos cracked me up.
Yeah, me too.
That was just like, and the fact they got Josh Brolin back for that,
right?
Like that made it even better. Like that was just, oh god. Yeah, that was. I honestly like. I'm what the What If show is just a show that I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, I'll check it out occasionally. It's not something I have to watch. Like the last few shows, like freaking WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and freaking
and Loki.
Loki.
Those are all gonna tie into.
You have to string yourself along, even if you're kind of on them.
Yeah,
I gotta understand where we're going.
I gotta know where we're going. Like, let's do this. And then, like with this one, I was just like, okay, I guess it's like even though they say this is canon and like you should watch, they say like even though they're what ifs, they were saying like, oh yeah, like there's gonna be something that you might want to pay attention to in the show. I was like, okay, fine, here we go. It's like I'm at the table, I'm getting it again. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'll fucking go. And so like I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. I will say some of the actors, like again, no diss to them, they're great actors, but like Bucky, freaking Winter Soldier's actor, Sean, I forget his last name.
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan. I'm thinking of someone. Yeah, I'm thinking of that other kid. But yeah, Sebastian Stan. Like he was like very overacting when that first. I was like, "Yo, what do you mean?" And I was just like. It sounds like you're voicing like super cartoony, and it's like, dude, like I thought you would just voice how you would, but okay, fine, that's whatever. But then we get to the second episode, and you learn very quickly, like, man, they just dunk on like Peter Quill, like,
yeah, they do.
Like, it's real talk, like it's just like, wow, if that happened, so much stuff would just be good for the universe if that just happened, something like that. Because
is Peter Quill a himbo?
No.
No.
Is he? No. Wait, how buff is he? No, you know, and we're not gonna do this again. No, we're not gonna. He's
back to buff. I saw the Tomorrow War. He's back to buff.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah.
Remember that first trailer of Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, yeah, with him sure.
He was ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was ripped. And then like then they made fun of him because Thor was next to him, and it's just
Thor got fat.
then Thor got fat, and now he's ridiculously up to right now. So it's over buff. But I will say this just because like I really like the second episode. I thought was just very entertaining, just because the whole Thanos thing, like that was primarily the thing with like T'Challa being taken in space, and then like, oh, this is what would happen to Thanos if T'Challa was Star-Lord the entire time, and the entire plot line with him fucking cracked me up. That's all I'm gonna say. So you can go watch it for yourself, go check it out. But I for the most part, it's not something I'm like obsessively watching, but it's like, if it's on,
it's not like required watching for the MCU, really.
Until they pull up something. It's like, you remember in season 3, episode 1, it's just like,
so episode 10, Doctor Strange appears. He's like, oh, sorry, wrong multiverse. See you in Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, hold on, what?
Yeah.
Why is he animated now?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the animation? Because like, I think it's like fine. As far as like a 3D show goes. Yeah.
Yeah, this is decent. I mean, it reminds me a bit of Iron Man Armored Adventures that came out a while ago. That a little bit. Yeah, just a better version of that. Just that's what it reminds me of. Oh yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick. That was his last
role
thing he did.
Yeah.
So like, rest in peace to the King right there.
Let's see. The next thing is going to be oh god, the Paw Patrol movie. I watched this.
Yeah,
I don't think any of the rest of you did.
Tell us what the probies think.
The
puppy patrollers. Yeah, the probies. Yeah, come on.
How long has Paw Patrol been going on? Because it hasn't been going on just as long as like ponies have.
I think it might be longer. I swear I know
like it's been like on Nick Jr. for like the longest time.
Paw Patrol came out like, because I remember babysitting my niece watching Paw Patrol like with her, and I think it was like, let's see, like 2013. So after Ponies.
Okay, so after Ponies.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol movie. This is anti-cat propaganda. Like the bad guy has cats. They always dunk on cats. Well, not always, but like, yeah. The thing is, like, it's like a preschool like movie, based on a preschool show. But there are
My Little Pony.
Yeah, My Little Pony is not the same. It's not. We'll get to that too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Because like it's for like Nick Jr. age kids. But there were a couple of jokes that did get me, because like they like moved to a city to do like patrol there, and there's a line where it's like, how did you pay for all this? It's like, oh yeah, merchandising. All this stuff sells like hotcakes, so like Paw Patrol merchandise. And then there's another one about influencers. Like, oh yeah, if you're like an influencer with 10,000 followers or more, please post about this or whatever from the mayor.
Oh god.
So there's a couple of lines like that that are kind of funny, but like overall, it's like fine, like for like little kids to watch. I didn't see like anything like bad about it. The main moral of it is like trying to be heroic when even though you might be afraid like to do something. Because like
the Green Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the Green Knight. The Green Knight and Paw Patrol are like the same movie.
See, that's a tweet. That's a statement right there. The Paw Patrol is just like the Green Knight, but for kids.
Right. That's a great way to sell it. Some guy in the theater is like, man, this is way better than that fucking Green Knight movie. He was like, man, that movie was some artsy fartsy bullshit. This is some real shit right here.
And those cats can go F themselves. Am I right, dogs?
Fucking cat. Mommy, who is this man?
Oh no.
Well.
No.
But yeah, it's on Paramount Plus, with all the Nickelodeon stuff. Speaking of Nickelodeon stuff, the next thing is the Loud House movie.
You said you were gonna go back to the ponies.
No, when we get to it.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
the next thing, the Loud House movie, came out on Netflix rather than Paramount Plus. Like Nickelodeon stuff is like split between like Paramount and Netflix, because they had that whole Netflix deal like a few years ago where they had like a bunch of stuff for that, and then they're like, oh wait, but we want the Paramount stuff on here too with the Nickelodeon shows. So it's weird. But the Loud House movie,
Right.
I haven't caught up with the Loud House. I watched it a lot in 2016 and 17. And
Yeah, same.
I really liked the show. But like this, you don't need to be caught up with it. Like basically,
Okay.
yeah, like you can just watch it as if it's its own episode because it does very much feel like an extended episode. Just with like different musical numbers. The whole premise of it is that the Loud family finds out that they're from Scotland, go to Scotland, and finds out that they're the heir to this castle. And this Loch Loud is what they call it. So they're like royalty.
Okay.
And they have this castle. They're like, oh yeah, everybody has their own room now, and everybody has their own bathroom. Before, when they were living in a house with like 11 kids and one bathroom. So I think the movie was like pretty fun. Like I said, just like an extended episode. If you've ever seen the show. But that's not the only thing Loud House is going to have. Because apparently they're going to have a Christmas special this December. But a live action one. They've already had a Christmas special before, but this is a live action Christmas special. Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Why? How does that work? Who do they cast?
There's a whole thing where they've casted people. I have it right here with all the different.
Are they kids? They got actual kids?
Most of them look like kids. The older ones look more like adults though. Like Lori and Lenny, they're like, you look like you're in your 20s.
Lenny, Loud, yeah, let me that. I need to see what the fuck. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Look at like Loud House Christmas live action cast.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the thing. I'm going to
see it.
Let's see. Loud House, blah 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 blah. In the Loud House.
I'm trying to move this thing up so the people in the audience can see it, but I keep moving up the overlay.
In the Loud House, in the Loud House.
Yeah, Lori's a full-blown adult.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Oh, that's why I can't move it. Locked. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll make the image bigger for you guys so you can see it here. Yeah. There's Lori. Is like, yeah, she looks like she's in her 20s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Luann looks funny.
Like,
the Loud House Christmas.
They're not like poorly cast, but like the entire appeal is the cartoon and the stylization, and it's just I don't understand where
they're doing what they did with Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, right. Nickelodeon has this really weird obsession with doing that.
Turned out.
Like Nickelodeon has this really weird obsession of like, let's make our cartoons live action for some reason in a movie.
You know, people watch them because they're cartoons, right?
You'd think they'd understand that.
Yeah, because like, aren't they still doing that live action Rats thing?
Yeah, eventually, whatever they're turning that into. We've heard nothing on that for a while.
Yeah.
Can Lily talk yet in the cartoon?
She does in the movie, like very slightly. Yeah.
Like, is it like baby talk, or is it like she
can like say like full words, but not like a full sentence.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next thing, Helluva Boss had a 6th episode.
That shit was hype.
Yeah,
that's
hype. This episode was actually like I would say the best animated so far.
Yeah, they really brought their A game at that ending. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, they just keep getting better and better with that. Like, that was impressive, most impressive. Yeah, damn.
Yeah. Saber, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the Helluva Boss episode?
Not yet.
Yeah, I I would definitely say it's their like best animated one yet. Because they have like a musical sequence and everything. And it's really good. Jordan, do you know anything about Helluva Boss?
I
Yeah, it's really
don't. I've heard people mention it, and I've seen like clips shared on like Twitter when people have mentioned it, but I don't know much about it. Is this an internet? Like, is this like
it's
a
an
YouTube
internet thing.
show?
We've actually met like the people who've worked on it at like MomoCon and stuff.
We did.
Yeah, Vivzy was there.
I never met her.
Oh yeah.
I've never met Vivzy. I don't think I've ever met Vivzy once. No.
Yeah.
Wait, was she in the room? We had tacos.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, was that?
There was tacos?
We had like a bunch of like various foods in the room we were watching. Was she in the room with everyone?
When we were like,
It was like the last day of MomoCon.
Yeah.
Like, was she in that room?
I don't know.
Okay.
She might have been.
She wasn't.
She wasn't? Okay.
No.
Because I know we were on that panel together. But anyway.
My Little Pony. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Helluva Boss episode 6. If you haven't seen it yet, it's really good. Next thing, going on to some trailers here. Trying to go like get through.
Yo,
all
let's
this.
react to the Spider-Man trailer again. That shit was hype. Let's just watch it again.
So there was the trailer for the High Guardian Spice like show, the Crunchyroll original that they're making. Looks pretty much like a Western cartoon. From what I've seen of it. In that trailer. Tom, did you see this?
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of controversy when it initially came out due to like the questionable funding behind it.
Yeah,
Like,
and mainly because like they didn't show anything. Like when that happened.
Considering it's taken so long, I would assume they didn't have much actually done at the time.
Yeah. Because when was it
I
first
know
announced? Like in 2018 or something?
I think it was earlier than that. But then again, I thought Mary Poppins Returns came out like 10 years ago. So what the fuck do I know about anything?
Wait, Space Guardian, I thought that was back during the Tumblr days. Like
it feels like that long ago.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it.
I have no idea when it was announced.
But yeah, it looks like harmless enough from what I've seen on the trailer. It's Crunchyroll's like first original thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if anything changed with production because Crunchyroll was bought by Funimation recently, right?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if that changes anything in terms of like the production of the show or if anything happened behind the scenes for that. But
the eyes remind me of like Totally Spies for some reason.
Yeah.
Let me look at this announcements. What is
let's see. Next, there was a trailer for season 2 of Kid Cosmic. Saber and I have watched this. Tom, have you watched Kid Cosmic?
I've not seen Kid Cosmic.
I think you'd like it. It's Craig McCracken's new show that came out earlier this year.
McCracken is cool.
Yeah.
That is true.
Saber, did you see the trailer?
No, I'm avoiding it.
Okay. Yeah. I think it would be best because like I saw some things in there. I was like, oh, I probably would have liked to see that like just as I was watching, but yeah, it does build upon like some things that happened at the end of the first season. So I'm excited to watch it. It comes out next month.
Nice.
Kid Cosmic, yep, coming out. Like I had a document out here. Yeah, September 7th.
Pele, before we get to our next topic, well, actually, it leads into the next topic. Have you ever seen the 2003 Clone Wars?
I've seen it like as a kid, not recently though.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I feel like, because, like, since we're about to talk about Star Wars Visions on the thing, which is looks spectacular, I feel like, because you said, like, oh, I don't like much Star Wars stuff besides, like Mandalorian and certain things like that. I'll say,
yeah,
I feel
like I said, I haven't rewatched the Gindi Clone Wars. So,
dude, rewatch it. Like, I was rewatching it the other day. Like, also there's like tons of like, silent episodes, and you love that silent artsy stuff. So
but Star Wars Visions. They released a trailer.
Fucking hype.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the one that's by Studio Trigger.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the fucking whips and shit like that. It's just like,
yeah. Trigger being Trigger.
Yeah, that was. Oh god, that got me. It's so stupid because like there was all those memes of Kylo Ren with his fucking lightsaber having like the fucking yo-yo effect and all that stupid stuff where it's like a freaking, what you would call it, those blades that have multiple things. Yeah, Switch Army knife. Yeah, so like that, and so like with this trailer with like various styles, it's just like, how has it taken them this long to do an anime of Star Wars like this? Because like with like this exact thing like this, because it's just, this is hype. This is just fucking, they should have done this like a while ago. I am mega hype for this. Like because honestly, like again, Star Wars Clone Wars 2003, while Star Wars Clone Wars 2008 is pretty good, and like they got their Bad Batch and Rebels and stuff like that, I still think Star Wars 2003 is just my favorite. I just love everything Genndy did with that show. Just I love rewatching it. It's so easily digestible. But with this one, I'm just like, I'm just hype. I am just so incredible.
Umbrella lightsaber,
yeah.
What?
Makes no sense, but I love it.
I remember when I think they announced this back in last December when they went over like all their upcoming stuff for Disney, and just hearing about it, I was like, okay, that could be cool. I wonder how they're going to execute it. I don't know what I was expecting in my head, because I'm like, okay, Star Wars anime, different like one-off takes, that'll be cool. That's the coolest thing Star Wars has done in a long time. Like, Mandalorian fun. I like Mandalorian a lot. But this was on another level. I'm like, okay, tell me these weird stories. I'm down for it. I mean, this art style.
Right. That's what Star Wars needs, right? They need to move past the very safe formula that they've been doing literally for 3 trilogies now, and really just kind of like expand the world. Like that's like one of the big criticisms a lot of people online have, is like you can't tell more Star Wars stories, which I think is complete bullshit. Like you have an entire galaxy to explore.
We need Solo and Solo 2.
Oh, you know what? I take it all back. I'm an idiot. No, like
we need to know more about Han Solo. We
need to know. I need to know how Han Solo got his name.
Right.
Like why he knows
I need to know why Chewbacca has a freaking how he grew up. I need to know.
Like, I don't know. There's just moving away from those characters. I really hope that this is like as divorced as possible from Han, Luke, and Leia. I want to just like see new stories that are just like really out there and different. No Skywalker bullshit. Just give me something interesting, which I think Disney needs too, because I think if they want to recover Star Wars as a brand, I think they need a hard break from all the canon that they have utterly demolished with their last 3 films.
Especially the comics. Don't fucking.
And of course, it's really interesting how this series is like taking Star Wars sort of full circle, because one of Lucas's biggest inspirations for the original Star Wars was the Kurosawa series, like his films, which is where a lot of anime gets its influence from as well. So it's like we're bringing it all back. It's all coming together. So
I think this could kind of usher in a new wave of Star Wars, similar to how like things get like a good refresh and reset. I think for them to finish up like the episode 9 stuff was just like, all right, let's just get this over with and move on. And then Mandalorian has brought some of that excitement back while still playing it a little bit safe. But when they announced all the other stuff, like what's that one show that they announced? We follow a villain in it. I forgot the name of the one that they announced where we follow a villain.
I don't even know about that.
Because they announced like 17 Star Wars shows.
Yeah, because it was like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and then
that one like caught my attention because that seemed like they were finally starting to like move away from like the regular stuff. Like the Ahsoka, like that's cool. Like okay, we're starting to branch off, but like you're giving me weirder stories that have nothing to do. You're taking me to different eras in Star Wars, and that's where I would like to see like this branch out more. If you ever come back and do Star Wars again as movies, it doesn't have to be episode 10, even though that would probably make a lot of money because it's called Star Wars episode 10. But,
Right.
I'm surprised it took
move
them
on.
this long to kind of like get the memo on this, because like some of the most like highly regarded pieces of Star Wars content outside of the films was the Knights of the Old Republic games, which are such a hard break from like all the characters and stuff, you know?
Mhm.
And those are just so well received because they could stand on their own because of the time that they took place in canonically within the timeline of Star Wars. And so I think more things like that, like I think as long as you have lightsabers, like fanboys will be there, you know? So like really take the time to explore and do more with this world and stuff like that. Because there's just so much potential on the table. It's interesting to see this format being what starts it, because like it's very similar to like what they did with Batman Gotham Knights, I think it was, in the Animatrix. Those are like two other collaborations between
I remember that.
Japanese studios in the same format. So I think this one particular really suits the format well, because like Batman is Batman, and so everybody has like what their version of Batman is, and you can't do Batman stories without Batman. And then Animatrix, like the Matrix as a concept was explored in that, which is really cool. So I want them to explore Star Wars as a concept and not get too hung up on the characters.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, I just want to say the show is called The Acolyte. Star Wars The Acolyte. I think that's the one. Because people are thinking I'm meaning Boba Fett. That's not the one I'm talking about. That was the other one, which we know really not too much about. But I think Disney's problem when they got Star Wars and how they handled it, right, is they make 7. 7's very safe. It only touches on a new little bit new, but it's basically just remaking Star Wars. And everyone's like, we like it, but don't be afraid to be different. So they said, okay, we can play around with it. So they make a film that is completely different. And everyone is very split on that. So they rush to save face and make a third film that has no solving identity. It tries to play all the fields at once. It tries to rush up a story that I don't understand how it could be rushed that quick.
Exactly.
And it just makes the whole trilogy as a whole look bad. Even if you enjoy episode 7 a lot for what it did to be like, the nostalgia, bring it back.
Everything back.
It makes just because 1 out of 3 doesn't make it a home run. That's a failing grade. So,
exactly. No, I agree with that so much, man. You just nailed it perfectly.
So I'm hopeful that they just kind of move on at this point and try new things. I don't personally need to see an episode 10. We don't need to continue that side of the universe.
Right. Just let it.
Sarah, you have anything to say about Star Wars Visions?
I'm excited. That's all I can say. It looks, and I agree with you. It's keep going bold directions, because at this point, if you don't, it's just gonna get old. Like, take a little bit of faith, try something different, see if it sticks, because you can only milk this cow so much. And then I guess at the end of the day, it sucks that art is ultimately being dictated by business people who, if you tell them like, yeah, we can do this artistic thing that makes a lot more sense, but you'll probably lose $1 million. They're like, well, then let's not do it. And it's like, but it'll be better.
Yeah,
it make more sense. And it's like, we don't care. As a matter of fact, we already made these toys that spoiled the movie anyway, so we don't care.
All right. Next thing. So this is something Jack's gonna talk about. There's another He-Man series coming out.
What the
I had no idea.
He-Man, apparently.
Yeah.
I had no freaking clue.
I didn't either.
I literally just went on Twitter one day and it was like He-Man. I was like Masters of the Universe, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be She-Ra season 2, or not She-Ra, fucking Masters of the Universe Kevin Smith one. I'm like, okay, let me see what this is, and I'm like, this is CGI. This is robotic. Like, wait, what the fuck? What is this? And so like I watch it and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? So you have 2 He-Man shows back to back? Like, so that makes me second guess the Masters of the Universe show they had by the Castlevania people, because it's just like, so in that last episode, I'm not going to spoil it, they do some like pretty severe stuff, and I'm like, is this your way of going like, hey, we're sorry about that show's going to do this, but this is what y'all can have? And then I'm like, what? It's very interesting. It's like, so
this
so
one definitely looks like much more kid friendly compared to
definitely
compared to the Castlevania guys. So.
Exactly.
I guess maybe that's why they did it.
Yeah,
because you can like keep the gotta sell those action figures, and like Don't give your series to sell action figures to the Castlevania guys. They'll have like a
Right.
threesome in it or something.
Right, no, well, exactly, because like I mean the Castlevania, the fucking Masters of the Universe show by the Castlevania people, it's not mature in the sense, it's just like it's TV PG. Like they do some stuff that's like, oh yeah, some people die and some things are violent, but it's not anything that's like graphic. There was never any like massive cursing. I mean, they said hell and damn occasionally, but like that was pretty much it. It wasn't anything like super drastic in that regard. But what happens with this new show, I guess it does make sense, like what Tom said, like to sell more figures because they do like, you know, very toyetic, as freaking abridged people would say. So it's just, I'm just so confused, like why they would do two back to back. Because like the last thing I've ever thought of that's done that is like the Sonic the Hedgehog show, where it had the Sonic show in the '90s, and they had Sonic's Atom, and it's just like, oh yeah, these are going on at the same time, but Sonic's Atom is clearly better, and so it's just like, oh, I'm really wondering what their thought process was.
I'd love to know like the kind of like the production diaries, or like what the thought process was to like pitching both of these shows and having them come out so close to each other.
I don't want to watch another He-Man show. I wanted to watch just this one, do the fucking video.
What if it's good? What if it's dope?
I know it could pull a Ninja Turtle. I get. You know what, Tom, you were very right, because like when TMNT 2012 came out, I was like, man, I do not like the designs. Then I watched the entire thing. I was like, this is making me cry man tears. So yeah, like it's very much a thing that could happen. But oh god.
Hey, I mean, if SpongeBob can have 3 shows at once, he may.
Oh my god, you're right.
No.
With more on the way.
If Star
More
Wars
on
can
the
have
way!
17 shows at once, we should be thankful we only have to deal with 2 He-Man shows.
Oh no.
That's showing some corporate restraint.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, damn you.
We should pat him on the back. They're doing good.
Oh no. Oh no.
All right. Next thing. Wizard City, the last Adventure Time Distant Land special, had a clip, like not a trailer, a clip, released. Both me and Saber watched it when it came out, and we were confused because like, wait, this is a clip, not a trailer. Because originally when Distant Land announced, we thought that Together Again, with Finn and Jake as the main characters in that one, that was going to be the last one, because that's how they ordered it. But
should have been the last one.
yeah, it should have been. So I think they just like
really should have
released them as like as they were finished, basically. So Wizard City is coming out,
or they released
what?
Or they released it because they were like, okay, we don't want to traumatize people. Release this afterwards. Don't do that to them. Don't do that.
But yeah, this one's focusing on Peppermint Butler, like relearning his like dark arts and everything.
Oh god.
But yeah, Wizard City's coming out September 2nd. It looks very cute. I'm very excited for it. I always love everything Adventure Time, so which we will talk about more Adventure Time stuff later on. So going on to some movie stuff.
When are you gonna talk about Pokemon?
Oh, we will. We will.
Viva's charging.
Yeah.
She's just like powering up. She's just got like the little thing.
You could get me started, but a lot of it's I have very tangential notice for. But when we get to Pokemon, I've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. So but yeah, so this Night of the Animated Dead. This is weird. They're doing an animated version of Night of the Living Dead. Like almost shot for shot, and it looks very strange, the animation in it.
Why?
That's strange is a very nice word to use.
Yeah, I saw
generous.
people in the comments like, wow, I'm glad the WikiHow guys got jobs in animating this.
Yeah, for real. Seriously,
it's not even an inaccurate statement.
That's so. Oh my gosh.
It's so
Because like
true.
I love how like I saw another post where it's like they're like, why are we doing live action remakes of animated properties? We should do animated remakes of live action properties. And then people posted this like, no, not like that. Because like Night of the Living Dead is like a classic horror movie.
Very classic.
Yeah.
I mean, it birthed the genre essentially.
Yeah.
Or at very least was the one that popularized it and made it part of pop culture.
I'm so confused on like how they're gonna go about like. I mean, like, okay, it's just an animated version, but oh man, when you like Paleo said and like y'all were talking about, like it would just be so cool just to have like animated remakes of stuff like that, like done like I don't know, like early DreamWorks stylers. I don't know, but they're not putting fucking money into that. But yeah,
If
go ahead,
you're
Tom.
going to fuck with something as like integral to pop culture as Night of the Living Dead, you need to like bring your A game. They did not do that. You know,
they did not.
I mean, even putting aside that the animation doesn't look that great, one of the like defining features of Night of the Living Dead, just visually, is the very like harsh shadows from like the black and white film, and like the shot composition was entirely like driven by like casting so much in harsh shadows, because it kind of elevated the fact that like it's a small house, like obviously they're working with like a limited budget, so like we need to make this like rather normal environment seem eerie, so they really play with light and shadow, and there's like none of that in the animation. They're all very flat compositions, and so it's just like you've taken everything that like gave this film its identity away and brought nothing but like WikiHow memes to replace it.
Yeah,
Why are you
atmosphere.
doing this? It just seems like such a baffling decision to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll be a good meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out next month. So there's a lot of stuff coming out in September.
Looking forward to that one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Then speaking of Marvel earlier, we got our final trailer for Eternals. Which it's funny, when I was watching this, I was like, Homelander in this? Because like the one guy, like the way he's like doing his like laser eyes, like it looks like Homelander.
Yeah, like people were saying like, oh, you want Man of Steel 2? By the way, Marvel will do it themselves, and it's just like, oh, try to fuck off, whatever. Yeah, I love Al. I think this trailer was way better than the first one.
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
it was way better than the first one. Because the first one, I was just like, what is this shit? Whatever, I'll fucking watch it, I guess. And then like this one, I'm like, okay, I'm interested, especially when they had the freaking Tom. What is the thing that's not Galactus called? You know what I'm talking about?
This is one of the Celestials.
Yeah. Celestials, yeah, one of the Celestials. Because I never read the Eternals growing up, so I like my knowledge is sparse, but I knew that was like a thing because everyone on Twitter was like, "This is Galactus," and I was just like,
that was my favorite part. The second
I
watched the trailer, I said, "People are gonna think this is Galactus," and as soon as I turned on Twitter, everyone's like, "Galactus," and then it was like,
but
no, it wouldn't show him off in a trailer like that, guys.
Exactly. So the cool thing about it though is just like from the way that thing looks. It's like, oh, so they can definitely do Galactus when they get to him in the future. Like, it's just gonna he'll look fucking badass when they get to Galactus when they show that. That is gonna be fucking cool. But yeah, I guess I'm not excited for it, but it's more like, oh, okay, this isn't gonna be a boring theater experience.
Right. It's like I'm gonna be curious.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think similar to what's happening with Shang-Chi, where they did not show a lot on purpose, and the film is surprising a lot of people. Kevin Feige has basically stated how important the Eternals is. So I think there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. Like it's like we get the picture of what's going to happen, but I think based on the ramifications of other stuff happening recently, that this somehow is going to play a major part into something, and that these characters are going to be way more important.
Right.
For the future of Marvel.
Yeah.
Plus, there's 10 of them. There's 10 of them. And Kit Harington with forgot the character who's playing
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. Just in everything.
But
you know nothing.
That's a lot to juggle. So I want to see if they can handle it well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Endgame, so I guess they can.
Last movie thing, but also a big topic, and Viva can actually come in and talk about it. We've been staring at her ass the whole time.
I'm sorry.
Ponies! G5! My Little Pony is new generation.
This is a you people talk. All right, y'all.
I gotta
Jax, what do you mean?
I'm not gonna let the guy with the Spyro plushie talk bad about ponies. I won't stand for it.
Come on, man.
I won't stand for. No, I'm joking. Jack Sployd, you though have no excuse. I hope Bruce Lee smacks you behind the head.
Do we have to play the clip from Brony Tale?
Yeah, you do it. Do it. All you have to do is play the fucking thing of like any of the scenes I bawled my eyes to from fucking horses. Like, it's so true. I love this show so fucking much. Yes. You know what? But I'll say this. I'll say this though. Like, the show so far. I'm not the show. This movie trailer. From what I saw, I was like, I like the character designs. I like the voice actors. I'm not getting too attached to them because I know for a damn sure most of them are not sticking for that show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not. Gonna...
Do you all think? No, you're right.
Yeah, the only ones I think will,
unless Netflix throws down.
Yeah, because like Netflix has a lot of money that they throw away on shows.
Yeah. Okay, so this
yeah,
is
because like they throw it away on shows and then cancel it.
You're right. I think it's so funny. You can just say throw away and you're not even wrong. It's like just
right. Right. Well, it's like because like the way
they're doing two He-Man shows at the same time. I mean, come on.
Fucking stupid. Yeah,
watch it now. We'll make a third.
Oh God. No, yeah.
Can't wait for the 3 more MLP shows they're gonna launch in the next like 3 months.
Oh God. No, but like with this new one they got going on, like I feel like the only people who are gonna stay for it are probably like Phil Lamar and Kimiko Glenn, the one who voices Lena, and then like is just in so much stuff. She's in freaking she's Bridget in freaking Close Enough and all that. And so like I feel they'll stay around, which is great for Paleo because he loves that unicorn. So
yeah, I like Izzy.
So far, I'm interested. I'm glad the trailer didn't give away so much, but it was like enough to make me go, huh, okay. Because like for me, the way it's like a balancing act, because it's like I want it to be good, but if like it's just like if it's good, then it's like okay, cool. But if it's bad, I'm just like okay. And then like with the show, I'll give it like 5 episodes, and hopefully those 5 episodes grab me. And if they don't, then it's just like whatever. I guess that's just how it rolls with me.
The main thing that was concerning me before we saw like anything was like the designs of the ponies, because like the main thing that made I'm always gonna say this, like the main thing that made ponies blow up as much as it did throughout the 2010s.
Simplicity.
What?
Simplicity, 100%.
Yeah, like is Lauren Faust's designs for the ponies and making them not look like monstrosities.
They don't look like horses. They look like whatever the fuck they look like. Whatever that is.
I definitely 100% argue that like one of the things that made Pony blow up as much as it was you could adapt it to anything by just like taking the base pony model and putting any hair on it, giving it any color, and then, oh look, now it's an Attack on Titan pony. Like you could do that with literally anything.
Like the template design was so simple, it was easily malleable.
You can say that's not immediately as doable with the G5 ponies because
of 3D.
A big part of the appeal of G4 also is just the juxtaposition of like, wow, it's not an abomination to God, and the writing's actually like not pandering and is kind of fun and reminds
that's the thing. What Jax was saying before, like with the Paw Patrol thing. Is,
Did I ever ask Saber that?
What?
I don't remember. No, I can't remember. No, and we had that talk on a podcast before. No, because like or for people who are new here in the chat and stuff like that, we had a discussion. Like it was like me, Tom, Paleo, and Hero, something like that. We were talking about how like both Paw Patrol and ponies are rated like the same, and then like I think Tom said something about like I forget. So Tom, I think you mentioned like, oh yeah, it's funny how like people like this with this, and then Paley went, no, because that's different from this, and then like I asked, oh, it's like, so what's like the difference between someone who's like super into like Paw Patrol and someone who's super into ponies when they're rated the same and they're for the same target demographic, and then it was like because Paw Patrol is very much like in a door sense of like, hey kids, can you see what I'm holding? And like it talks
very like condescending.
Yeah, like well, ponies was more like
because like ponies was like on the Hub, which was a network that was pretty much like, oh yeah, this is like a very family friendly network.
Yeah,
but
and have fucking Dan versus a TVPG
yeah, Dan
show.
versus
And it's,
yeah.
yeah, it's crossing over with
Guys,
Dan.
give me. I need to mute myself for a second. I'm sorry, I got a phone call coming in.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys. We're back.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like the whole thing with G4 is that it got out of that, like the stuff with the Generation 3 ponies, where Generation 3 stuff was like very condescending in its writing and everything, whereas G4 is like it had Lauren Faust and like all the people from different like Cartoon Network shows and junk. So
Yeah.
Previous My Little Pony was written for children. G4 was written for everybody.
right.
And that was like the big differentiator, because like you could still have the designs be really good, and I think that was a great gateway, because I think probably everybody here saw the designs in the context of like internet memes and stuff before we
Right.
watched the show, and so
Like I saw
you could
YouTube posts before I saw the show.
yeah,
No,
you could still
ironically,
take those
I saw-
designs and do
Mhm.
stuff with them and just have it like be a fun thing on the internet and not be into the show if it was bad. But what made it so sticky was that once you finally like you know what, I've seen this everywhere, I want to check it out. It actually was good.
Yeah. It's
And that lightning in a bottle is going to be really hard to carry forward with this one, because like my gut reaction to watching the trailer for G5 was that I think this is what everybody on the outside looking in on the whole G4 thing probably assumed it was at best. And what I mean by that is that it's like seems very inoffensive, you know? It's got like the standard diet Pixar aesthetic. It has a simple to digest plot that is very kind of by the books. The environments don't really look very creative in terms of like differentiating themselves or creating like a unique sense of aesthetic. Like you're not, I don't think we're going to see anything close to like something like Cloudsdale or a lot of like the really kind of just like out there kind of locale that they designed for G4, because like in the trailer they have like a T-Mobile and a Sony logo in there, so it's just like clearly we're reining in the kind of sense of wonder that the kind of world building, and especially in the early seasons, really tried to build and like say like this is a different kind of world that operates under different rules, which makes it weird that this is supposedly a sequel, like, and so much is like now different.
Right.
But
I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
The
it
fact,
just
you know,
it just seems like it's gonna be inoffensive at best. I'm not like holding my breath for this being like more great G4 style content. It seems like there's very much a different creative vision behind it that seems
it's
much
going
more
for a
probably in
different
line.
vibe.
Much more
The thing is, like,
corporate
the
mandate stuff.
Hasbro is self-aware now. They're like, oh shit, we gotta like make something that is going to appeal to everybody and not go back to what
Right.
we did before that.
Right.
They want that brony bucks.
Yeah,
Course
and, like, because like
correcting
they've actually
too
hired
hard,
people who
maybe.
were in the fandom.
Or like horse correcting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like the designs are by Imalu.
Emalu.
Yeah. They did the designs for the ponies, and for what it's worth, I think they look really great. Like because like that was the main thing I was afraid of when before we knew it, we saw any screenshots or anything.
There was a period of time when like everyone was like, "Ooh, is this what G5 is going to look like?" And it was a bunch of different kinds of designs, and none of them ended up being what G5 did eventually look like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how we're finally here with G5 designs, and whoa, it's just like this the style of what was a fan artist like way back in the G4 days, and that's very interesting.
Right. And also something I think we also should talk about as well is like, while G5, it is a movie. So of course it's going to look super quality. So
Yeah, so the show we're like,
comes the show.
so is the show gonna look as good as this or not?
yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Like I think the show is going to probably be sort of like the inverse of what Paw Patrol is. Like the Paw Patrol movie is a great difference from the Paw Patrol show, but like it might be something like that. Like what can we do this more easily? Because the new show's probably it's gonna be CGI, right? The new show, like the new.
Probably.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Okay.
CG.
Okay. So, because like that'd be some shit if they're like, oh, this is the new movie. Oh, by the way, we're keeping the G4 designs for the show. So yeah, don't worry about
All
it.
right, bring the puppets back out.
Yeah, bring the puppets back out. Like we already have.
line going again.
Because it's
Yeah.
Boulder Media who's making the movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It makes me wonder though, like, because I feel like the biggest difference between why they wouldn't just use the movie rigs for the show is probably because the render times on like, it's all fuzzy and there's like so many strands of hair, they're gonna have to simplify the designs a bit. But it's also like, at worst, that means that render times would be longer, but is there much stopping them from using those rigs in the first place?
Right.
My guess is
So-
they'll probably use the same. The rigs will probably be the same, but I'm assuming they'll simplify the assets.
Yeah,
that
they're
they're
like
all bound to.
simplify
yeah.
like the
Yeah.
textures and like switch out the
Yeah.
hair.
I mean, we've seen
Yeah.
this multiple times. Like you've watched like the Madagascar film versus like the
TV
Penguin
show.
Madagascar
Right.
shows. They streamline
Yeah.
the fuck out of that because they
Same with
gotta
the
be able
Kung Fu
to
Panda.
render that shit fast. So I don't think we'll have like individual like bits of like fur and stuff on the ponies. It'll probably just be a texture, which
That's what I
might
was
look
thinking, yeah.
better, honestly, because I think like leaning more into the cartoony aesthetic might work.
Yeah,
out better.
it might. Because
'Cause,
I
like,
noticed
there was,
that like
like,
I noticed some people commenting on the trailer saying like, oh, their fur looks like the troll's fur from DreamWorks or whatever.
I mean, I like the little short, cute fur. I think it looks good, but well.
Yeah, I mean, I like the designs, but other than the designs, because that was my main concern before we saw anything. Now my main concern is the music, because like that's another thing. With what made G4 blow up so much is that it had Daniel
Danny.
Ingram. Yeah, Daniel Ingram.
Danny, you did such a good job.
Yeah. Just making like
It-
incredible
it-
songs for the show. So
Like
Right.
thinking about like the trailer music, it all felt very stock. Like
yeah.
Right.
nothing too special going on there.
So,
Yeah. It's just like Danny, like, oh, he's probably living his life. He's like, dude, I did
Yeah.
a decade. Just leave me alone.
He's probably
It's like,
fine.
but
He's paid his
it's-
dues.
I'm just imagining like, I wish Saber was here. I'm just imagining like all the Canadian voice actors. They're like, oh, we're all out of a job now.
Oh, no. Oh god, could you imagine like getting like the voice actors from this movie to like cons? Like that just seems
Yeah,
like you have fucking Vanessa Hudgens and freaking Cyclops and shit like that just coming to Pony Convention.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
All right, there's a pony I like. All right.
Oh, yeah?
I'll say it, but it's this pony. You can't even see it that well, but it's the Pokemon Galarian Rapidash.
oh yeah.
Larry Rapidash is fine.
So it's that's a pony, right? That counts. It's
Galarian Rapidash is the best pony.
yeah.
It's close.
I'd call Ponyta closer to a pony than Rapidash. Rapidash is a horse.
Well, I mean, now it's a unicorn thanks to the Galarian one, but you know,
Yeah.
No, the original one was a unicorn as well.
Yeah.
oh well, technically, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. This one's just more of a magical unicorn now.
Sure.
yeah,
Magical one.
G5 is coming out next month, so we'll see what
God.
we
it
think
was
of it
very
then.
soon.
Very very
Mm.
soon.
When
I'm
the show
excited,
comes
though.
out, Born of Thunder.
When's the
I'm-
show come out though?
I'm excited.
We
for
don't know
that.
when the show comes out. They haven't told us.
Okay.
There is no show. G5 is just the movie.
yeah.
Oh, they're just doing movies from now on. So G6
Yeah,
will be very
we
soon.
probably won't get the show until next year.
This is
So.
going to be the first installment in the My Little Pony cinematic universe.
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
how they
They'll have
get- yeah.
5 and 6 running at the same time.
True,
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
true.
All
And
right.
we'll have them all.
Next thing, we have a few more things before we go to Q&A. Mainly just news stuff. So Idris Elba tweeted out a picture of Knuckles' fist. And
Knuckles.
yeah, and well, Idris Elba is going to voice Knuckles in the Sonic the Hedgehog 2
Sonic.
movie.
Like Knuckles, I don't knuckles.
up, mate.
I'd rather flex my knuckles.
Yeah. What you say about Rouge the Bat now? Shit up.
Okay, I'm sold.
Well, I'm gonna make fun of him because he's not here. Hero thought that the hard drive article on Twitter was right. Is like, wait a minute, wasn't that debunked that Idris Elba was just like a really big fan of Knuckles and that's why he tweeted it out?
He was all like, oh yeah.
And like, here, wait, no, that's hard drive. That's a satire site.
And he was just like, I just don't understand why. I love you, hero. If you ever hear this in the future. Oh man. I mean, I know it's good. Like Idris Elba is a good voice actor. It's just like, I mean, I'm so curious how they're gonna use this character. Because like we know Tails' voice actor, because Tails, like, spoilers, he appeared in the end of the last movie.
Yeah.
So
What?
It's just like, yeah. So we have Tails, and now who else is going to be in this? So is it just Knuckles? Are they actually? Oh God, I wonder if they had
Jim
anyone.
Carrey's coming back.
Of course, he's
Yeah.
going to be
Very
bald.
badass.
Mustache.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
He's going to get chubby.
I want Shadow with a gun.
Oh
Yeah.
you know who could be
Make it happen.
Shadow? Shadow could be Will Smith. Because Idris Elba replaced him in the Suicide Squad, and so it's just like, yo, what's
You
up?
know,
I'm a good jiggy with
If you get Shadow, you gotta get Rouge so that you get the full Sonic Adventure 2 crowd.
Yes.
It's either this movie's either going to end with the secret villain kind of using like Shadow's going to appear right at the end, or that's going to be the end credit scene. Is like, all right, but the third movie we got Shadow.
Shadow comes through. It's just
If
like,
they do that, I will be so happy, because the only reason you can bring Shadow in is if you're adapting Sonic Adventure 2, the best one. That would be great.
What if we just get a Shadow the Hedgehog movie based off the acclaimed video game?
It would make no sense, because Shadow's story only makes sense if you do Sonic Adventure 2
It'll be the
first.
You think
spin-off.
that's gonna stop Hollywood? They don't give a fuck.
They're building this
They made
cinematic
2
universe.
He-Man shows. They don't care.
Will Smith Shadow.
I know what I'm going to do it for the thumbnail of this thing now. I was just like, you have two He-Man shows?
I just
only
want,
got one.
Jack, I just want you to like take that clip from Sonic Adventure 2 when Sonic first meets Shadow and just dub in Will Smith for all the lines.
It was just like, you better move your bum ass out my face. Something bad happened to you. Too late. Ha ha.
Wow, he's
What is
fast.
this? Rouge, come on, mate. Let's go. I'm Black Superman.
It's Knuckles.
I mean, it's just Idris Elba, the character.
Idris Elba, that's all he's going to do.
Well, all right. Next thing. Chloe Bennet, who is going to be Blossom on the CW Powerpuff Girls show, or the
my
pilot,
most
or the
anticipated
pilot
show.
at least, has left the show. So I don't know who's going to replace her, but she left the show apparently because of scheduling.
Nobody.
reasons.
There's just no Blossom in the show.
I mean, did you see the footage and the script and?
Yeah, we
Yes.
read it.
Yeah, we read it.
We did a dramatic reading. It was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
I'm back.
you know, I don't blame her. You know,
Yeah, Saber,
Yeah.
we're talking about
Dip
Chloe
now.
Bennet leaving the Powerpuff Girls pilot.
Oh my god. I mean,
What is this? I have no idea what this is.
Oh,
Powerpuff Girls
about to ruin your
me-
day.
So you know what's odd to me is I've been thinking a lot about the SpongeBob situation recently, and how, so I watched a video of like the guy who's like the CEO of Viacom, and you can just tell how little he actually cares about SpongeBob. Where he's like, "Yeah, we got shows for all of them. 'Cause SpongeBob's cool." And then the newscaster's like, "Yeah, Squidward, right?" And it's like, "Yeah, Squidward." I'm like, shut up, you boomers. Just shut up, all right? You don't care. Because like halfway through the interview, they're like, okay, now look at the charts, look at Viacom's stock. Can we get it back to? I'm like, okay, there it is. There's the money talk. That's what they're about.
Yeah.
But bringing it back into the Powerpuff Girls, like it's odd to me how both are in the same boat. Yet I feel like SpongeBob feels more like in like the hands of a controlling corporate entity that has a very played out strategy that's boring and it feels like heartless, while Powerpuff Girls feels like some owner who's holding like a raging dog on a leash where it's like, what the fuck are we doing with this thing? Like, I don't know. Like it's like no one cares. Like Craig McCracken cared, and that's why it succeeded. But then when he left, the Cartoon Network's like, what do we do? I don't know, something. And that's, it just goes to show you how these original creators, they're the spark that makes it like really go places, and it's rare to see it actually like I mean, like I feel like there should be a study comparing it to things like Looney Tunes or Scooby-Doo, where it's okay, we're done with or I guess TMT is a better recent example where it's like, okay,
Yeah, there's
what's
like different
considered
iterations that they
What's
do.
up?
like an evergreen property versus something like SpongeBob, where it's like SpongeBob was never designed with the intention of having multiple spin-offs or
Oh, you mean like
whatever.
Transformers too?
Yeah.
Because Transformers does
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like every year.
Or My
Some
Little
shows
Pony.
can- or My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Some shows can. Well, I feel like sometimes these corporations are like, what can we do to turn SpongeBob into a TMNT? What can we do to turn the Powerpuff Girls into a My Little Pony? And it's
Right.
like, well, here's your problem. It never was intended to like make that.
Yeah, that's not
transition.
the point of the show. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But you know,
Like
companies are
the
like,
one thing
thank you.
the one thing that like holds those shows in common, TMNT, like Transformers, My Little Pony, they were based on toys. So yeah, like they were intended to be that kind of thing. Powerpuff Girls wasn't. Like Powerpuff Girls, like it wasn't intended to have a ton of merchandise at first.
Yeah, it was just a really good cartoon. And it was just like it spawned all that merchandise. Like TMNT, like the fucking like the thing about TMNT is like Paleo just said, the toys were made first, and then the show was made after the toys, so they could sell the stuff even better. So I was just like, oh, that's actually, and then like just because the show was so successful, they were able to make more toys, more money. And then like once that show ran its course, they were just like, okay, what can we do next? All right, let's reboot it. All right, 2003 one. Again, very popular toys, very popular things, new action figures, new brands, the way they look, the way they act. Like there's such new stuff going on, all right? That ran its course. What did we do? 2012 one, new action figures again. And it's a cool thing about it is like, it's never just the same thing. It's never like the exact same thing. It's like, it's stuff you recognize. It's stuff you go, oh my God, that's Leonardo. But I can clearly see that it's 1987 Leonardo, 2003 Leonardo, 2012 Leonardo, especially Rise Leonardo. Like I can differentiate them, and it's cool because it's like, okay, I don't want to just keep getting the same thing in just different positions over and over. I can just get a variation of it that is done so much better, or like however they do, because like the figures just get better over the years. So it's so cool when series are able to do that competently. But with SpongeBob, it's literally the same fucking thing over and over again, like The Simpsons and Family Guy and all this over and over again. And it's just like, okay, after a while, it just run your course.
Well, ultimately, here's the thing, because like I mean, but it's if you're looking for a finger to point to a entity who's responsible, it's just the companies. That's it. Especially, I think the streaming wars also forced Viacom's hand to finally say, "Fuck it, let's just go all out on SpongeBob." So. A bit of a chain reaction.
Yeah, so Warner's trying to do that with Powerpuff Girls, I guess.
Yeah, but like SpongeBob is a bit different because Powerpuff Girls at least had like its original run had a conclusion. SpongeBob's still going, and I also think SpongeBob hits a closer place to home for a lot of folks because it's like probably one of the most treasured, shared like joys for so many of like our generation and a lot of other generations. I mean, everybody loves SpongeBob. It's probably the biggest cartoon of like our lifetime. So I don't know. I wanted to do that What's Ruining SpongeBob video. I still might, but I'm hitting the brakes because there's this just the cryptic information surrounding like Hillenburg and the folks who worked on it, and folks saying, I know Hillenburg, he said he liked it. And it's like, can we get a source? And even then it's like, because I mean like fucking no. I'm conflicted all over it. Powerpuff Girls is a lot more clear cut. I see what they're doing and I hate it. And it's like, fuck this. And I can't now doing a What's Ruining Powerpuff Girls, that would be very easy. And I'm just waiting. Like if this live action thing dies in the cradle, good. But even then I can still say like this franchise has gone downhill. If it was up to me, I'd say Trigger, do you want to do a Powerpuff Girls like anime? Like, we'll take the.
I mean, there's already been an
like Powerpuff Girls.
No. Hear me out. Take the concept that CW wants, give it to Trigger as an anime. There you go. That's what it needs to be.
That would be cool.
Be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Do
Saber, you're right.
Powerpuff Girls like and make it an anime because that's like they're clearly paying tons of homage to anime and tokusatsu in the original series.
Saber, you're right in thinking about with like the What's Ruining SpongeBob and the misinformation and the people saying things without like. So I did a video on the Patrick Show, and that's closing in on 1 million views right now. And
nice.
all the comments, it's every comment you read is a contradiction to the last comment about Hillenburg, about what he said, what he didn't say, thoughts, and it's a mess. And no one it literally has made me not want to make any more SpongeBob related anything. Like I added on to what the Patrick Show was when I gave it a shot, and then on top of the the greater talk about it online right now. It's I don't know. It's just a field I don't recommend jumping in. Right?
No, I'm with you. And that's because I was going to do the video back in 2018. Then our friend Jim was like, a lot of folks have already done this. Wait for other things to happen in the future, which unfortunately included Hillenburg's passing. And then the streaming wars forced, I think Viacom forced. It gave them an excuse to finally do what they wanted to do. I don't know if it would have been the same results even if Hillenburg was still alive. It seemed like he was in more of a, I'm going to just I've made my peace. Viacom owns this. I'll just do my own thing. If they want me to hang out, I'll help out, I guess. And I respect Hillenburg's privacy. Like he's an excellent human being and a legend of animation and nothing but respect and just mad props for what he's done. And just it's a shame we lost him. But like, yeah, as far as people going back and forth, it's like there's not enough information to say with 100% like conviction, like this is what happened.
Right.
It's more.
Whereas like we know
blah, blah, blah.
with Craig McCracken is like, yeah, I'm not involved with this at all.
We know.
Yeah.
He was not signing off on it.
Yeah.
You know,
but Hillenburg
it feels much more safe to kind of like go on the offensive with something like that.
Right. And well, also Craig's alive and Hillenburg's gone. And a lot of folks can be like, it's in poor taste to talk about this. It's like you're fighting over a dead man's body. And it's like, that's the last thing I want for Hillenburg and his family. But at the same time, I feel like we also have every right to question it, not in an obnoxious way, but if we are curious and we want to hold Viacom responsible, that's okay. Because Viacom's probably like, listen, I have no fucking passion for sympathy for corporations. They can take the hits.
Yeah, exactly. I think
we're
too
punching
passionate about that.
Oh, leave Viacom alone. It's like what?
Fuck.
Let me see your stock portfolio right now. What are you doing?
Exactly. How much you have invested?
Did you guys actually? Okay, I'm sorry. Give me like a literal 10 seconds here. Viacom stock, by the way. Did you guys see when it like jumped up in like March to like $100 and then it dropped in like a week to like 46? It got eviscerated. There's some weird thing about some guy, I forget his name, but like he basically got called out where all these banks are like, you got to pay back what you owe. And all of his money was mostly in Viacom, I believe. So he liquidated it. And Viacom's like, no!
Let's see, like Camp Coral's dropping. We need stock in here. Just buy it all. Buy it all.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man. Isn't it great that our favorite cartoon shows are just pawns on a chessboard for giant corporations to use to impress their
I
shareholders?
know.
It's so fucked. It's so fucked.
I
Don't
just
even get
talked
me started
recently
on
about
that.
Teenage Robot. It's sad.
I'm getting to, oh my god, that'd be a fucking good video. Teenage Robot deserves a reboot. Man, Ginny.
Yeah, mine was called
today.
It Deserved Better for how crappy the network treated it. It's unfortunate, man.
I need to rewatch that.
Forgive me, by the way, because like when Paleo mentioned that you're on the podcast, I'm on a crash course with catching up with your content. And I am subscribing to you right now, good sir. I want to find out more.
I just realized you did that freaking all grown up video.
Yeah.
I watched the one that you were like, oh, Rugrats had a weird spin on and like all grown. One that's like had 430,000. I watched the fuck out of that. Yeah, dude, that was a good video. My God. Yeah.
That was one of my first videos doing this stuff.
Yeah, I saw that like a while ago.
All grown up.
Yeah, because I was like on a Rugrats twinge one night after watching the CGI one, and I was just like, let's watch some videos, and then like yours popped up, and I was like, it was a really good video, man, like really good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you. That's I spend a lot of time on that part. I actually have fun making
ugly
thumbnails.
Martians, you madman.
Dude, I know. Some people were like, I don't know. You know what's okay? Sorry to derail. I brought this up in that video, and I got a lot of comments saying, I have that too. Apparently, a lot of people as kids just somehow acquired Butt Ugly Martians official licensed toys, and we don't really remember how we get them. We just get them. Dude! And everyone's like, I don't know how I got them, but I have them too. And I'm like, what? There's a weird conspiracy where
they're in my basement.
Came around to everyone and just handed out toys when we were kids or something, because there's no way we all just bought those at a store and said, Mom, I want Butt Ugly Martians toys. So,
God. Damn.
Multiverse.
All right, so yeah, Powerpuff Girls pilot. Who knows if it'll actually come out? So
it's whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, what can you really say?
So I got three
We
more
should
things.
talk about Pokemon someday.
Yeah, three more things before we go into Q&A. So Adventure
Wait,
Time.
you talking about Pokemon? Did I miss that?
No, not yet. That's the last thing. So Adventure Time. They announced Wizard City's release date. But then also said, oh yeah, and we're also doing a Fiona and Cake series. And people were like, what? Because after Wizard City, after Distant Lands, we thought, oh yeah, that's it for Adventure Time. We're not going to have anything else. But then this happened. It's like, oh.
We've
But-
got to have money.
But it's not just like, Adventure Time with Finn and Jake. Or Adventure Time with Fiona and Cake. This is like a very story-focused series. Because instead of being 11 minutes, it's 22 minutes. And it's focusing on Fiona and Cake going on an adventure with Simon. Like Simon teams up with them.
Ice King is
Yeah.
It's cool.
Dude,
No, I like.
I'm here for it. I will. Adventure Time was one of the best handled as far as having like the tact to like maintain a good story and character and like honor.
Yeah,
with
because
your-
it
with
had
your
good
property.
showrunners. Like Adam Muto is the showrunner for this show. This upcoming
He's
series.
actually
That's good.
He-
Then it's
he
probably in
fought
good
Godzilla.
hands.
Adam Muto.
Knew that was coming.
That's a good joke.
Don't encourage him.
surrounded by Godzilla fans. I knew I could make that joke. Thank you.
I encourage more Godzilla jokes. I'm sorry.
But yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I think also because like it feels like they want to tell more with the characters because like you could see how much the showrunners actually love this show from the 2018 Comic-Con panel. Like they were all like crying like after it was like done and like was playing like Everything Stays and a bunch of the final song that was in the final episode. Like yeah, Adventure Time is definitely one of those series that it feels like, oh yeah, these creators like really love the show and they don't want to let it go, and that's why we keep getting more stuff from it.
Right.
Much better reason to have more shit than we need to pad our streaming portfolio.
Yeah, and just the
Right.
fact that like Adventure Time itself it lends itself very well to experimentation with the kind of show it is.
Oh, absolutely. That universe is ripe for like exploration, and it doesn't feel forced. It's like, no, this can work, and the creators have enough autonomy to where it's like we can continue on. It doesn't feel forced. Doesn't feel like we're stretching it out for like getting a profit. It's like, no, there's actual story here that I care about to explore. Let's go.
Yeah. Jordan,
Also,
have you
Fiona's,
seen
like Fiona? She's great.
Jordan, have you seen any of Adventure Time?
I have watched Adventure Time. I was more of a casual watcher when it came out.
Same.
For me, what happens with like shows like that is they get too popular and everyone always talks about them. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch this later because
Right,
like it's
yeah.
just too much.
Right there with you.
So I'm definitely I want to go back and finish what I haven't seen. And my one fear with like when they announced like they were seeing this other show happen, my first thought is it just more Adventure Time? But you saying that it's going to be drastically, different, more like heavily not like episodic, more story focused.
Right, because that's the whole thing with Adventure Time is
gets
that
me interested.
it starts out
It's
as
loose.
it starts out as episodic with Adventure Time and then it gets more focused, but it still does have a lot of those episodic shows or episodic episodes that are just really fun, creative. Like I said, it's a show that experiments a lot, and I love it for that.
I
Because
mean, I definitely got to points in Adventure Time where like there's some major things that happen, and then it affects a character for the rest of the series.
right.
And I'm like, oh, well, that's a huge consequence. I thought the show was just like, all right, new adventure every week, and all of a sudden, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything. I know it's a little older show, but it's like, oh, that's just something now for the rest of the series that they've changed.
Because like the one major thing that influenced Adventure Time and its writers and the showrunners is Dungeons and Dragons. Like it's basically one big Dungeons and Dragons adventure. So, all right, last two things. So Cowboy Bebop, the Netflix like series, live action series. They revealed some screenshots and stuff for it. We don't have a trailer yet, but we got some screenshots and a release date, which is November 19th, I believe. Yeah. out of all of the anime adaptations that Netflix has done, this looks the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying a lot, but
It's not. It's not.
I can't get too excited
Right.
just because I've been burned so many times in the past. You know.
Death Note.
Yeah, that's really all that needs to be said on that.
It should have been just Willem Dafoe. As
Oh,
Willem Dafoe.
honestly, that was the best part. If they ever try it again with a different, just keep Willem Dafoe. Don't recap that. That's the perfect.
And no, I don't even want like there to be any special effects. Just
Willem Dafoe.
Just Willem Dafoe for an hour and a half.
Willem Dafoe eating an apple.
Right.
That's all you need. I mean, the cost, like Paley said, the costumes do look a fair bit more accurate, which I guess is easy to do since the costume design and like the aesthetic of Cowboy Bebop is a lot more grounded than most anime.
Yeah, and it's also a lot more Western compared to other anime.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can get away with it, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, Cowboy Bebop's so fucking timeless. It like doesn't need an adaptation.
Yeah.
Like you watch Bebop today, and it's like still fucking
Timeless.
great.
Yeah.
Top
Like,
tier.
the-
Absolutely top tier.
The only thing I'm curious about is that like if they'll make this Cowboy Bebop, because like the original like anime was an episodic show. Like there were like some episodes where like, oh, all of them are dead. Like, are we coming back? Like yeah, they're back in the next episode.
Right.
So I'm wondering with this, where it's like if it's going to be more like an ongoing story rather than like being episodic like
Do you
the original
mean-
was.
Do you mean Space Dandy?
Hmm?
Because you said like
Dandy,
episode.
Yeah, Space Dandy was like that too, but like Cowboy
No,
Bebop,
no, but, like,
Cowboy Bebop
you
did
said-
have a couple episodes where like
Everyone was dead.
yeah, remember that episode with the thing in the fridge that killed everybody?
I didn't know that killed everyone. I
Yeah.
thought that was just like. Did that kill everyone?
Yeah,
I don't-
except for Spike,
okay.
I think.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know. I don't. I thought they were just
Time
like.
for a rewatch.
Yeah. I thought they were
The chat will
spazzed
let
out.
us know momentarily, I'm sure.
Okay.
The
All right.
show is very episodic, and that's kind of what was interesting about it. I distinctly remember, like, because I haven't watched Cowboy Bebop in like literally years, like since it was on Adult Swim. It was like the last time I watched Cowboy Bebop,
Same.
like initially.
Yeah.
I remember them going to like some old fucking mall and like digging through like VCRs and shit, and like not having any clue what the fuck they were. It's like, oh no, we have a Betamax tape. We need a fucking VHS. You know, like just like weird shit like that. And it's just, I don't know.
You know what I can say.
I'm just very hesitant. I'm hesitant with the track
I
record
think that's
of
okay
Netflix.
That's okay to feel. I think we're all, even if you're excited, it's still good to be hesitant because you're not going to hold too much disappointment if it actually isn't great.
Exactly.
The weird thing though is that like even if it is great, I'm still not excited because it's just like I don't know. There's a lot of things we've been talking about this episode where it's just like, you know, like Spider-Man, for example. Like that movie, like if it's great, I'm gonna be fucking stoked. You know, and if it's bad, I'll be really upset. With this, like if it's bad, I'll be like, yeah, that's what I expected. And if it's good, I'll be like, sure, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
either
a problem
way,
is like
yeah.
if I think some of us are afraid it's going to be good because like of all these people who are like, I don't want to watch something animated or I don't want to watch anime. I want to watch something live action.
No, exactly. No. The problem. This is Paley. You brought up a very valid point.
Too scared to
The
say
problem.
that,
The problem with shows that are live action like that is like, oh, Cowboy Bebop. What's this? I'm gonna go watch this and then see what it's about. If it's shit, then it's just like, why do people like this shit? I ain't gonna watch the cartoon or like the anime for it. That exactly happened with Avatar: The Last Airbender with that fucking bullshit ass movie. Like so many people I know were like, oh, I saw that movie. It was shit. I don't wanna watch the fucking cartoon. I'm like, fuck that movie because of that specific thing for that whole thing. And so like that is the biggest takeaway. It's just like if it's good, all right, cool. You're watching something in live action is good, but it's just like, but the animation's just as good. But you just, you know, there's just some people who get in their heads like, I don't want to watch.
It's
cartoons.
the
I'm
same
not
thing
grown.
with like, you know, Spider-Verse is like like I don't. You watch that new Spider-Man movie? No, it's like animated. I don't want to watch it.
Stupid people, like, because I know with this whole thing, like, because recently I've only just recently finished Cowboy Bebop, like 2 years ago I finished it because like I remember originally it would be on when I was it would be on Adult Swim, and then I'd miss an episode, and then I wouldn't be able to see it because they would do that cycle thing where you have to like wait like weeks and weeks until it gets back to things. So I didn't know it was episodic back in the day. I thought like, oh, you're gonna miss stuff. So
yeah, you could watch like any episode and be like fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I remember like I kept moving too, so like I moved from like Oklahoma to England and all that stuff. So I was just like I always missed it. So I sat down at a friend's house and like watched it, and like I was like, this is a really really good show. So like, that was a really good show. That finale, phenomenal. So the thought that like, okay, if the show is good, this live action show is good, and people just like go, oh, I'm just gonna watch this. Yeah, exactly like we just said about the whole animation thing, because they look down on animation. That's the part where it's like, because it really didn't need one. But then like
it's a lose-lose for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's good for Cowboy Bebop the brand, because like they will get more stuff everywhere. But like it's just you know.
I mean Netflix is
Cowboy Bebop a brand is like kind of
yeah.
Netflix. I mean, like again, like if you're fans of Cowboy Bebop, it's kind of a lose-lose in many of the situations, bringing in all this attention into this live action, depending on if it's good or bad and how people feel if they actually watch the anime. Right. Netflix wins either way. It's like if it's great, awesome, they get people watching it. If it's bad, okay, on to the next thing.
Yeah,
like it doesn't that doesn't matter to them.
They're throwing money away again
stuff all the time. So.
All right. Last thing before Q&A. We're probably only going to be doing super chats for the people that are in the chat. I don't think I'll be able to get.
So
through
donate your money.
Stuff.
Dump it. Dump the money.
So, Pokemon.
Viva, go off. You charged. Blow up.
Oh.
All right. You want to talk about Pokemon? We can talk about Pokemon. What are we talking about? We talking about anything in particular? We talking about the presentation? I can talk about the presentation for a while.
All right. So yeah, Pokemon Presents. They had a bunch of stuff for like Unite and Masters and Pokemon Go and all that. But the main thing people were watching it for were, the Diamond and Pearl remakes and Pokemon Legends. Which
want me to start?
Yeah, go.
Okay, all right, let's talk about Pokemon, right? Okay, so Pokemon is a series that started in the something 90s, or 1990s rather, and it was a good video game. It was a good video game. They could have just improved from then on, and then they kind of did. Look, okay, so here's the dealio, right? Here's the dealio. The two games that were presented, I'm sorry though, they also showed off 7 fucking mobile games. Okay, look.
Is that how many there were?
No, it might as well have been. All right, we'll count them up. Pokemon Cafe Mix, if that's not mobile, it feels like it should be. God dang. Pokemon Go, god dang. They didn't show off Pokemon Shuffle, but that's the only reason they're not still doing Pokemon Shuffle is because the 3DS ran out of room for DLC in Pokemon Shuffle, even though they're like, oh, we gotta shove more fucking Pokemon into this game, which means that we have to JPEG everything and make the game look like shit. Literally, they at one point made every Pokemon look worse so they could fit more in. It's so manipulative because the damn fucking microtransactions to make it. Yeah, so fuck you. Anyway, so in comes Pokemon Unite. Oh, Pokemon Unite. You know what? Yeah, partner with a fucking predatory ass like data harvesting fucking company, get a League of Legends clone. Okay, cool. I could play it. Maybe I'd enjoy it. I don't know if I'm in the mood to try it out though. I'll be honest. So Pokemon Unite. Wow, guess what? You can play as fucking Blissey or some shit. Like, oh, thanks. I love Blissey. Like fucking God. Anyway.
Don't forget Pokemon Masters EX.
But that's another one. There you go. How do you even play that one? I played it for 2 seconds. Yeah, cool. I love that gameplay. I love gacha games where you pray you get the good thing, and if you don't get the good thing, they're like, you've got 2 seconds left to get the good thing. You have to spend $200 fucking dollars, and you're not even guaranteed to get the thing you want. Cool. Love that. Love that a lot. So. After the mobile game stuff in the presentation, they're like, all right, we're going to show off Bidsup, which is a terrible name, but sure. Pokemon
Bidsup. BDSM.
Yeah, Pokemon Bidsup.
It's BDSP. It's too close.
I didn't even draw that connection, which is a remake of the Gen 4 games Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl. Did you know that after they made Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, they're like, oh, we can improve this. We'll do another game that'll add more and it'll be better and there'll be just more content and it'll polish up the things that weren't good in Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl. It was called Platinum. And guess what? Did you know the Pokemon Budsip came out after Platinum? Oh! Does that mean we should maybe put the stuff we did in Pokemon Platinum in Pokemon Budsip? No? What the fuck are you talking about? It's been like fucking 15 years!
Pokemon Premium Platinum next year.
What the fuck are you doing? And it's like, when they did this with fucking Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which might I remind you, was the first time they fucking held back on a remake. Because remember Hard Gold Soul Silver? They weren't like, let's get as much from Gold and Silver into this game. They were like, and let's get the Pokemon Crystal shit into this game, and we add a bunch of other shit, and we'll add a few more routes and some fucking extra places to get a bunch of other Pokemon too, and we'll also add in like fucking 2 soundtracks, and we'll also put in fucking walking sprites for literally every single Pokemon at the time, just so you can walk around with them, which was so fucking cool. And they just don't bother with the Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Oh yeah. No fucking Game Corner equivalent. Cool. Love that in a remake. Okay, fair enough. At least you have an excuse with that. We don't want to teach kids to gamble. Have some kind of equivalent. Don't just have a fucking nothing snooze. And then you're like, oh, hey, remember Pokemon Emerald? We're going to add the Battle Frontier, which is going to give you so much extra stuff to do in the post game. And then they did Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and everyone's like, oh, remember Emerald's Battle Frontier? That was cool. And then Pokemon Platinum, they're like, let's do another Battle Frontier, and it's even cooler, arguably. I mean, to be fair, I can see that you can argue either way on which Battle Frontier is better, but Pokemon Platinum's Battle Frontier was super cool, that when they did Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, they're like, everyone loves the Battle Frontier, let's bring it back. And then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire comes along, which were reminders, remakes of the Gen 3 games that had Battle Frontier in it. They have a little fucking podium that's like, Battle Frontier will be here soon. Cool.
I like the part in Pokemon when, like, I remember when I played the game when I was in like 3rd grade, and they were like, "Do you want the turtle or the lizard or the frog?" And I'm like, "I'll take the turtle." It was a good game. I liked it. Pokemon was fun.
Thanks for your contribution. You are talking to a veteran here who has a lot more to say.
Honestly,
look. Okay, here's the thing, though. You can enjoy the Pokemon game at an entirely surface level, but it's like, who is going to buy the remakes? You're going to have newcomers into the series, but notably, you're going to have a lot of people who are like, oh, the games from when I was kids, but I'm not kids anymore. I'm adults, which means that when I go and return to this, hopefully I'll see fucking improvements into these games. And then they'll step back on a few fucking things, right? Okay, right? Yeah, sure. Oh, I sure do like my present day Pokemon games to be worse than the ones from freaking 15 years ago. And then you also, okay. This whole thing was basically me complaining about the fact that we, at this point, have not seen a thing about whether or not there's going to be a Battle Frontier or even... I was so excited because when I was watching the Pokemon Presents, I thought I saw Distortion World content, which is Pokemon Platinum content. And then in hindsight, I thought, never mind. that's not Pokemon Platinum. That's a bit from Pokemon Pearl. It's like a battle background that almost looks like the distortion world, but it's not. They're just being weird and abstract. Okay, cool. But you're gonna have the distortion world, right? You're gonna have the Battle Frontier, right? You're not ignoring the shit from Pokemon Platinum, right? They added so many good things to it. You're not just gonna not bother, right? Because no fucking Sigma Emerald ever came out to actually add in the Battle Frontier. Remember the Battle Frontier? Guess what? You didn't, because they haven't done it in 15 fucking years, because they don't feel like it, because they're circuit making games nowadays. To be fair, despite everything, Pokemon Budsip looks fine. I will pick it up and I will have a good time. But I will never stop bitching about the things that they could add, but they're just not. Did you know that
Viva,
in...
Yes. Full stop. Quick thing. Have you all ever been so passionate about something as a kid and then your parents are like, wow, I wish you were this passionate about school? Remember that condescending comment?
You just brought me back, dude. That really made me feel uneasy.
Memory unlocked, right?
Yeah, dude. That's God.
I hated that. Sorry, Viva. I support you. Keep going.
Okay. Look, okay. So I could keep going. All right, let's keep going, right? So Pokemon Budsip looks fine. It's like, but I'm so annoyed that my standards have lowered so much because, like, I remember a point when every Pokemon game was like a huge improvement on the previous one, and it was so exciting to see what they would add, and more importantly, what your favorite Pokemon would look like, because in Pokemon Gold, they redrew every single Pokemon. In Pokemon Silver, they redrew every single Pokemon. In Pokemon Crystal, they did a frame-by-frame pixel animation for every single Pokemon. In Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, they redrew every single Pokemon. In Pokemon Emerald, they did a second frame for every single Pokemon. In Pokemon Diamond, they redrew every single fucking Pokemon. In Pokemon fucking Black and White, they redrew every single fucking Pokemon. In Pokemon X and Y, they can... Yeah, and animated every single fucking Pokemon. In Pokemon X and Y, they gave us 3D models for every single Pokemon. They haven't updated them since X and Y over 10 fucking years ago. What the fuck are you doing, mate? A lot of them look like shit. Remember Xatu? No, you don't, but I do. Xatu was a kind of cool Pokemon who's like weird and mysterious, like creepy bird. Ever since X and Y, in a permanent fucking T-pose in the sky with no animation, it looks like trash. You can say that about so many other Pokemon. Skarmory, fucking T-posing in the sky permanently. You can say the same for my favorites as well. Latios and Latias. Also T-posing in the sky permanently. Looks like trash. Looks like absolute garbage. They just don't care. You know what sucks?
Viva's the imposter. I mean, she's been going on for like 5 minutes.
You want me to stop? Do you want me to stop?
No. I'm ripping on.
But I'm pretty sure they said they had to remake all the models for Sword and Shield.
Hey, fuck them! All right, let me talk about that. All right, so here's the thing, right? Did you know that in that E3 where they were talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield for the first time, they were like, sorry, we're not bringing back the entire national dex, but we're redoing all the animations for all the different Pokemon, so it's gonna be worth it. No, they didn't. No, they just didn't. They lied. It was a fucking straight up lie. They just 100% lied. And no one cares! Why does no one care that they just fucking lied? Like, it's one thing to not have every single Pokemon return, which they could. If they're just reusing everything, they totally could have. Until they came back later and they're like, oh, we're re-adding everything in. but you have to fucking buy the DLC for that. Did you remember when in Pokemon games, they had every single fucking thing in every single game because they just wanted to be cool like that. You could bring back every Pokemon from your previous games and it'll be like, oh, I brought this back from when I was fucking 2 years old. You can't do that anymore because Pokemon doesn't give a shit about the point of Pokemon. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So I could keep going about Pokemon Switch.
Your power.
Look, okay, here's the thing. My standards are forced to be lowered because, like, if there's one thing, right? Okay, so here's the thing. If I bitch about Pokemon Switch, there are so many people who they fucking loved Pokemon Switch, and they're like, oh, I had such a good time with these games. This is the most fun with Pokemon I've had in 10 years. I love these video games. There's so much content in there, and it's so pretty, and it's so much fun going through the story and playing online with all my friends. It's so much. It's such good. Like there are so many people who are exactly like that. So I feel like a fucking crazy person when I look at these games and I'm like, there's so much wrong. There's so much fucking wrong with these games. And I just like fucking. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
I'm gonna go knock out my taxes real fast. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. You have fun with that. So it's like, it's fine if you enjoyed Pokemon Swoosh, but they hurt me so much. Pokemon Budsip are not developed by Game Freak, which is why I have kind of high enough hopes for. Here's the thing, right? Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, even those fucking games have so many more things you can do than fucking Pokemon Switch has, which makes me immediately go, oh, I know, I'll enjoy those. I'll enjoy those more than Pokemon Switch. And just like, so cool, good job. The only reason I know you can't fuck this up is because you're literally doing everything pixel for pixel and frame for frame, which is like, even though I'd argue Pokemon always looked better in 2D. It has never looked as good as it did in fucking any 2D game. I will defend this. I think even the Gen 2 games look better than Switch. Anyway, so fucking let's talk about the other Pokemon game. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Fantastic in concept. I love it in concept. So here's the thing though, right? It is set in the distant past. It is set in the distant past.
Yeah, first Pokedex.
The first Pokedex is right. You go. It's Ancient Sinnoh, which they decided to rename because they wanted to fucking give it a different name on the merchandise. Anyway, so here's the thing. You go to the Hisuian region and not the Sinnoh region because fuck you. Anyway, so you go around, you explore it. It's like Breath of the Wild. Can someone remind me how long the Switch has been out for?
4 years. 4 years.
17? That's what I thought. Pokemon, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out in, you know exactly what I'm bringing up. Yeah. Breath of the Wild came out in fucking launch day of the Nintendo Switch, and it just looks so much better in every way. I know I shouldn't compare this game to Breath of the Wild, but it came out so. Did you know that Pokemon is the largest fucking grossing media franchise in the McFucking world? So why do you not see that in any of the fucking, like, it's like people are like, oh yeah, Pokemon fucking Arceus looks like dog shit, but it's fine because who cares about fucking Pokemon? Like, oh, they only spent a little bit of time working on this game. They spent no fucking time working on this game. Did you know the majority of the people at Game Freak were grandfathered in from when it was a 2D fucking series? And you know what? Cool. When they were making the 2D series, they were so good at it. They were so good at it when they were making the 2D series. Get people who know how to do 3D, because you're fucking using like 15-year-old shaders on this fucking game and it looks like shit. It looks like shit. I'll just say it right now. It looks like shit. Look, it's like you can make the game look better. Why aren't you making the game look better? You could. Just like hire people who know how to. It's like,
Viva,
but yes.
does it look better or worse than the wild area in Swish?
So, okay, here's the thing. It looks better than the wild area in Swoosh, which
means
is
it looks better than an N64 game.
a fucking low bar. Because holy shit, did you know that if you ride your bike up to a cliff's edge, you're like standing over the edge of the cliff, and you turn the camera around, the game thinks the fucking cliff edge is a wall. Like, you're on top of the cliff. This is open area. Fucking Quest 64 had this shit figured out 20 years ago, and that was a D+ game at best. What the fuck? Like, do you know how easy that would be to fix? And they just didn't fucking try. This is the largest grossing media franchise in the world. The first mainline Pokemon game on a fucking home console. Byron Coliseum and XC, which weren't mainline, but they were fucking 10 balls compared to this fucking game. Anyway, so here's the thing, right? It's like everything in Pokemon Swoosh feels like that fucking cliff camera thing, right? Like, there are so many things that they could fix that are just really minute, but there's just like a bajillion. There's like trillions.
Let's name them all.
Oh, do you want me to go? Did you know okay, let me do a fucking step-by-step of what the Fury Swipes attack does. Okay, so you're like, okay, so the Fury Swipes attack is like, you've initiated it, the text shows up, you use Fury Swipes, your little dude hops up, wait, and then the enemy, then a little fucking sprite of like a slash appears, and it's like, and then after the slash, not during, like a normal fucking Newton's law action reaction thing would do. Afterwards, right? It goes, and then the enemy goes, and then afterwards the health goes down a bit. Did you know the Fury Swipes happens a minimum of fucking 3 times, and it goes up to 5 times? So it goes like this. Health down. Health down. Health down. Health down. Like, okay, fucking, do you know how fucking you could streamline that to not look like shit? You could, they just don't. Here's the thing, right? This fucking Pokemon battle animation thing, I could go into a whole other fucking rant with the raid battles. Oh, the fucking, what are they even called now? Okay, so here's the thing about like, okay, when you're in the post game, the post game. Do you want me to talk about the fucking post game with this fucking game? So
we were talking about Pokemon Legends.
I caught up.
All
I got out of that was I drew a picture of a squirrel.
All right, I'm sorry. With no more tangents. I could go on a tangent, but no more tangents. So, Arceus is just like, the Growlithe is cute, fucking fine, I guess. Low bar! Like.
And with that being said, you're excited and you're picking it up.
I'm not 100% sure on Pokemon Arceus because here's the thing. What's the gameplay even gonna be? It's gonna be you're hiding in the thing. It's not real-time battles, by the way. It's like you throw your Pokeball and then it's like normal.
Weird.
Pokemon. I know. Why would they do it anyway? So if you have a game where you're like, oh, you explore and you find things. Okay, you better make the area you're exploring not boring as fuck. Cause like you can have a lot of places where you can go, but if there's nothing to do, like Breath of the Wild had a good idea with the Korok seeds, where even if you go in a random direction, there is a fucking 97% chance you're gonna find a Korok seed location in like less than 2 minutes if you walk in literally any direction. There are so many of those. And it's all like environmentally placed stuff, and it's all really very, very smartly designed. Here it's like you're gonna sneak up onto a Pokemon and throw a ball at it. If they do the thing where if you throw a Pokeball and it's like, fuck you, this Pokemon's too strong for you. It doesn't count if you try to throw a Pokeball at this one. Like, if they do that, I'm gonna be so fucking mad, because they did that in Pokemon Switch, which I could go into for a fucking while, but we won't. So they made it so it's like part of the mystique, I think, of having an open world Pokemon game is you can do anything in any order, even the hard shit. If they fucking don't let you do that, then oh my goodness, what's even the bloody point? And I'm worried that's what they're gonna do. That's
Pokemon's
right.
just a baby game for babies. Like, you can't trust babies to go to the final area in the beginning because they're babies.
Like Mario Odyssey had a really good idea where they made it so that you could enjoy it if you were really good at games or if you were really bad at games. Because if you're really bad at games, you just
fall over a moon.
Yeah, you fall into moons basically. But if you are really good at it, the skill ceiling is so fucking high. You can
that final level is like so hard to get through.
Oh, yeah. That too. Like, if you want to, like, 100% the game, I'm not even talking about that, though. I'm talking about even if you're doing the basic bitch moons, like, you can streamline it in such a fluent way with Mario Odyssey. Best case scenario is that somehow this game also has a really high skill ceiling, but really low, like, entry or low skill floor. That's the one. Low skill floor. Your best game will have that. Because if it's way too easy, which it could... Oh, I was going to say, there was like an achievement screen that was shown off. That was like...
With the Pokedex.
Evolve 5 Growlithes. Fucking, and count... Watch Growlithe do Ember 5 times. Watch Growlithe get hit by Wing Attack 5 times. Like, shit like that. And it's like... Is that going to be fun? Is that what I'm going to be doing in this game? Because if so, this game is going to be boring as shit. And I'm worried about that. Because again, in concept, this game is great. I love the idea of it. But it is so easy for them to fuck it up. And it's like, I'm worried they will.
But Ursaring can punch you. And you could get knocked out by a Pokemon.
It's got a dodge roll.
No, okay.
You're dodging Pokemon.
Basically Dark Souls at that point.
Yeah, Dark Souls Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not for kids now, it's Dark Souls. I can't wait for those headlines.
Ursaring can only punch you if it has the evil red eyes. If it's got the evil red eyes, then Ursaring can punch you.
Well, what's it? The Shinx? The Shinx didn't have red eyes and it attacked you.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, I think
Debunked.
it was... Yeah, well, fair enough. But one thing that worries me about that is the idea that, like, if you have this is an evil... and they're only attacking you because they're evil and not because they're wild animals trying to protect their territory. Like, I personally, this might be a preference thing, but I personally prefer, like, the idea of having the Pokemon just be, like, just fucking animals in the wild, and you're going out and exploring the wild and finding the animals. And, like, if they have the Ursaring has been poisoned by the red eye juice. Like, that's fucking boring to me. I don't want that. Don't do that. It sounds like I would hate that.
But they did that in Breath of the Wild, where they had like a red thing that makes enemies more aggressive. And they have to do it in this one, but worse. Just like the graphics are like Breath of the Wild, but worse.
They didn't do that in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, with the Blood Moon and
Blood Red Moon thing.
Yeah. That just meant that enemies that you already defeated are resurrected.
Yeah, like they were evil anyway. That's all.
Now they're super evil.
Yeah, they're super evil.
To me, super evil.
Anyway, you can prompt me to say more, but I'm sorry for hogging up all the talking time, but I had a lot to say about Pokemon.
Yeah, we're already going kind of long.
Just think about it. The real winner in all of this is Jax. Because as far as Jax is concerned, 100% of Pokemon games are fantastic. Because in Jax's mind, there's only one of them.
Yes, it's so true.
What is it, Hurricane or something?
Jax is a Gen 1er.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm a Gen 1er.
Solid Gen
1er. Actually, I changed in recent years, but they always forget that character arc, but whatever. Yeah, okay.
You finally stepped into Johto?
Yeah, exactly.
It's about time.
Umbreon.
Good choice.
Good time.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, but I'm with Viva. Like, I like the concept. The thing is, like, I'm the opposite of Viva, where it's like I'm not going to pick up Diamond and Pearl. I'm going to pick up Legends. Because
you realize the fact that you're even saying you're going to pick up one of them is like you're contributing to the problem we just complained about for like an hour.
But with
you ask, like, why don't they use any of that money? Because they don't have to. You're buying it anyway, and they can keep all that money and rub it on their nipples instead of having to like give it away to developers.
Pokemon Swoosh were the best-selling Pokemon games they ever made, even though they fucking cut like every corner that they could. This game is a fucking circle. That's how many corners they cut. Like, it's fucking obscene. Ugh, it hurts.
But like, as far as like the battle system goes, they're changing some things. Whereas like they have like a turn order, different types of attacks you can do, which is like an improvement from what they've done.
I'm so glad
previous.
Pokemon's combat has finally entered 1999.
Right, because like with like as far as like the best turn-based like combat I've played like in recent years has been Octopath Traveler, and that's had like a similar kind of battle system, because it makes it like a much more strategic, and like you actually have to pay attention to what's happening.
Viva, do you look at Monster Hunter Stories 2 and just die inside a little bit? Imagine what would have been.
Because I didn't play that.
Like, just looking at it and being like, the Switch can do this.
Yeah,
and yet here we are.
They're like every other fucking like first party Nintendo game on the Switch is like so pretty, and like people for some fucking reason give it past to Pokemon. They shouldn't. I've exhausted myself.
How are those taxes?
Pokemon Legend Arceus? More like Pokemon Legends Arceus.
The meme sounds would go off, right? The
yeah, there you go.
The horn.
All right,
I did it.
But yeah, I do like the new Pokemon that they showed off. Askew Legion.
Yeah.
Askew Legion looks cool.
That's how they win you.
Yeah.
The game may be
mediocre.
Like
that's the whole reason I'm like picking up this rather than Diamond Pearls, because I fell out of love with like the traditional Pokemon. Because like I didn't pick up Sword and Shield. Viva
just get
did.
Pokemon Snap. Just get Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
I did. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Because
Stantler
like
got an evolution.
What?
That's incredible news.
Yeah.
Stantler is evolving finally.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They should get give Dunsparce one as well.
It's about time. Yeah, let's go back. Give some Gen 2 evolutions.
Yeah, because like when X and Y came out, I wasn't really as into them as previous games. And then Sun and Moon came out, and it's the same thing. I was like, what's wrong with me? Do I not like Pokemon anymore? Because I still liked all the designs and everything.
Here's can I very quickly tangent from that? So the Doctor Who, right? Don't worry, this is relevant. Doctor Who. Doctor Who got a reboot in like mid 2000s, and it was like great and very good. And then they went onto new showrunners and new actors for the Doctor. The most recent couple of series have been kind of like, what? This isn't that entertaining for me. Maybe I've grown out of Doctor Who. But then you go back to the mid 2000s, like the start of the reboot. The episodes feel so much different. It's like, no. I didn't grow out of Doctor Who. Doctor Who just changed under my nose, and I never noticed because it was such a gradual change. It's the exact same thing with Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened with me, whereas like I just kind of got tired of the formula, and like, that's why I'm more excited for Legends.
Oh, fair enough. But I'm personally on the boat that says Pokemon got worse over time, but it doesn't feel like it got worse over time. Which means that like if you go back and play the early ones, it's like, oh wow, the magic is still there. But like it's just like the newer games just aren't as special anymore, and that's my personal opinion on it. It's probably a biased one, but there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably go to questions.
I'm so sorry for taking up so much of your time.
No, it needed to be said.
I just saw the
Okay,
thing in the
good.
chat that Saber
Why?
posted.
Oh no.
What did Saber post in the chat?
Well,
Oh,
Oh wow. Okay.
all right.
Saber, I know, but also let me have this. I grew up with this series my whole goddamn life. I've
No, actually, I just came back from I got a phone call. I'm sorry, I actually have to dip, but you all have a good podcast. It was nice meeting you, Fringe.
Yeah, nice meeting you. Absolutely.
All right, y'all take care. Bye.
All right, night, Saber.
Later.
All right, let's go to Q&A here. Yeah, we're only gonna have to go through super chats here, because it's already kind of late.
I'm sorry.
So Edit Man had a few super chats. First one was thoughts on Soldier Boy claiming he owns Atari. Yeah, so Atari recently came out and said, yeah, that's not true.
Why? Why would you?
Why would you just claim that?
I feel like the man is just like, I need to be trending on Twitter. What can I do?
What is
I'll
he
buy
known as
Atari.
relevant? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
king of cap. He always says things one way, but it's never true.
Doesn't he have his own console that he stole from some random thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had a console, and now he has a Game Boy ripoff console.
Yeah, it was just like
Yeah.
some off label that he's just kind of like drop shipping essentially and throwing his name on it.
Oh, yeah,
so stupid.
Jack's your sure mic's not coming in.
Ah, damn it. Let me fix it.
And then Editman had a question for Hero, but he's not here. But he, I'll ask it in case any of you guys want to say. Says thoughts on fighting games being dumbed down in terms of gameplay. I've seen pros comment on this. I've seen pros comment on this in recent games that it is done to bring in new people to the fighting game community.
I could talk about that.
And Tom, you play Guilty Gear, right?
Very casually, yeah.
Yeah, I don't play fighting games, so.
There was a good. I'm pretty sure Maximilian Dude did a good like video on this where he talks about this exact problem. Yeah, where like if you want to have like a video game, a fighting game rather, that's like really like hard and complex to play, like that's not gonna necessarily turn off casuals, because all casuals are gonna do a fucking button mash anyway. Like even if it's a piss easy game, they're gonna button mash. What brings the casual people in is the roster and the art style and the music, you know, the presentation of it. The hardcore actual mechanics though, if you dumb it down, that dumbs it down for the hardcore, like the people who are really invested in it. Like if you dumb down the mechanics, the game is just going to be less fun for everyone, even the easy people who play it. Because it's how do I describe this? If you have a game that's really easy to play, that doesn't necessarily mean a casual player. If you're trying to convert them into hardcore players, that doesn't mean that's going to make them try a bit more. Like if they see cool shit happen, they're going to be like, I want to see how I can do that, and they will try and imitate it. And like the barrier of entry is always at least kind of high up there, and like lowering that barrier of entry and making the game too easy to play because of it, that just makes it worse for everyone, and it makes the stuff that's really like hype and like really cool and hard to do, that just makes it significantly like less fun to see that, because it's just like, oh, you can do that, like that's a bread and butter combo, that means nothing. And it's like suddenly the spectacle is gone. The spectacle is very important, especially for casual players.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Another one from Editman. Thoughts on YouTube possibly removing dislikes on certain channels? Not sure if I asked back in April or May. Yeah.
I think that's silly.
Yeah, from what it is, it's like it's like the dislikes are still there, they just don't show up.
The last thing YouTube needs is more bubble wrap.
Yes.
Right. That's so silly.
And another one from Edman saying thoughts on about social media, especially YouTubers, being pessimistic, overly negative all the time, and not being constructive in their opinions.
Wow, that sounds directed at me.
You just Pokemon's just great. You're just not looking at it properly.
Yeah.
No, that just seems like overly like casting a wide net. Like there's a lot of people on this platform who are very constructive.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being negative and being pessimistic.
Yeah.
Like Viva's Rant is a great example of being negative but not being pessimistic. You know, like sometimes you have to call a spade a spade, and sometimes the spade's shit. And like there are people on this platform who do that very well, and negativity definitely is like cathartic, so it attracts a lot of attention, which kind of incentivizes more of that negativity. And some people do it in a very poor taste. Other people do it very effectively. And I think the great thing about the platform is that it's so large that if you personally feel like you're drowning in negativity, you can actively seek out more positive stuff and you'll find it. Because like the algorithm just going to keep feeding you whatever the last thing you saw. So if you just saw like a really fucking heavy, shitty video and you weren't feeling it, like there's 10 more waiting for you on your homepage. So like you got to be a little bit more active in curating your own content feed instead of letting Google just keep feeding you more and more of what you already saw.
Right. I think there's also a big difference with like saying, for example, I don't like this thing personally for this versus I don't understand why people like this thing.
Right.
And I think that's one goes for here's my opinions on something. The other one is like, why do you guys like it? Which means you're attacking. It feels like it's an attack on the people who do like it. And I think there's a clear way to properly go about certain things. Like I would never, if I don't like something, I'm not going to attack the people who do like it. I'm only here to judge the what it is. I'm not here to judge the people who enjoy it or watch it.
Right.
That's definitely why when I had my rant, I still had my moments of it's okay if you enjoyed it. Okay, because here's the thing, right? If you enjoyed it, like it's totally fine. It's very valid that you did. That you can totally have reasons you enjoyed it. I just have reasons I didn't enjoy it, which are not necessarily ones that line up with yours. It doesn't mean that I'm forcing you to dislike Pokemon Switch. It's just I think there are lots of problems with it, and it's like,
right,
yeah. I don't want to put anyone down.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing from Emily Song saying the next Metroid Dread trailer drops on Friday. Who else is super hyped for it? I'm concerned they might show too much because I don't want to see too much of it.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm already hyped for it, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up either way.
Unless the trailer announces that they're gonna have more stock of the collector's edition, I'm probably not gonna watch it because.
I mean, hopefully they show Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield this time.
Oh, waiting for that.
All right,
Andrew Garfield as Samus.
Yes. A couple more from Editman. Saying, have you heard of this lady fighter name? Forgive me if the name wrong. Yusako Moritari in a manga called. What?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, he linked it in the POS Podcast chat. Hold on. The manga makes you better at fighting? Oh, it's
Tepu?
Yeah, Jackson probably.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're talking about Tepu is a great manga. It's literally just about this girl who's like joins a MMA class, and then like you think like the optimistic Goku girl is going to be like the main protagonist, but it's actually this scumbag girl who's like a bully, but you learn why she's that way, and she's like just so naturally talented, so whatever she sees she can just pick it up like that. And so like she's just like, I can't believe I was finally beaten at this thing, how do I learn it? And so she starts doing MMA, and it's really good manga, really awesome. Like I'm glad Eye Patch Wolf did a video on it. It was really good.
Yeah, that's the video he linked in the POS Podcast channel.
Okay.
Ant-Man saying, what Disney villains are next in the anti-hero line? We saw 2 Maleficent movies and a Cruella one, and we're getting to Cruella 2 as well.
The second one.
He says, I think Hades is next.
You know what? Why not? You know?
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, especially if you go by like the old standards, like Hades was like Zeus was more the fucked up one in the old ones. So so that would work.
Yeah, the story from the bad guy is really the good guy. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, why not? That'd be fun. That'd be more interesting at least.
Yeah.
Hey, super chat from Brandon King saying, "More Kid Cosmic and Pepper Ran. We're eating now." Yeah, Pepper Ran is on Disney Plus now.
Oh, that's good.
September 8th, I think it's dropping. I think it has a day where it drops all the episodes on there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We got somebody with a HAL logo here, like HAL from Space Odyssey.
Okay.
Saying hello, Dave. I don't think any of us are named Dave here, so you already got that wrong.
And I'm not a cowboy either. Yeah.
That is an inside joke for brony people here.
Yes.
Edit Man saying, what do you guys think about every other company then and now, like Universal and WB, competing with Marvel by making a universe of their characters? Oh, like with because like Universal was trying to make the Dark Universe thing,
and they fucked that up.
Yeah.
One and done, man. One and done.
One and done. Yeah. They could have had that Invisible Man movie they did was good, so they could have done something with that, but no, they nope.
That Mummy movie was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
That wasn't technically even a part of it. That was before they had the idea to put it in Dracula Untold.
I thought that was like the first one that they were like pitching the idea for, is Dracula Untold.
I think that was
it just unrelated?
It was unrelated. So that wasn't officially, but like the first Dark Universe film was The Mummy, and I think they'd probably go back and say, okay, let's get Luke Evans again and make Dracula Untold 2, because there was supposed to be a sequel to that.
No way.
And then
it didn't happen.
Thank God we live in a timeline where that didn't happen.
Right.
All right.
Well, there's still time.
Here's the big super chat from Del18 saying, to celebrate 150 POS Podcast episodes, here's me giving Paleo 150 because I never ever watch the show live anymore due to my job scheduling times that take place during the show. So let me ask you this. Worst part of going to work in general, work hot weather or rain?
Hot. Oh, I hate hot weather. Hot weather fucking drains me fast. Like if I'm working in hot weather, because like if you're in cold weather and you're working, it's like you can bundle up. You can I can wear like, Under Armour that's like warm. I can wear a bunch of like gloves and stuff like that and do all that. And it's like, okay, I can get this. Like when you're too hot, like it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna be arrested if I take off too much because I can't.
That's always what I say. I always say, I've said this so many times. If it's cold weather, you can keep putting stuff on. If it's hot weather, you eventually run out of stuff to take off.
Exactly. I need to take off my skin.
Exactly. And oh my God, this one time I was in LA for Anime Expo and it was the air outside was fucking hot. Like it was like you breathe in and your like air would like fucking burn. It was like, what the fuck? I don't know how people live here. It was like during a heat wave or something like that. I was just like, that sucked. That fucking sucked. I was like, fuck heat, fuck hot weather, fuck that stuff.
All right. Edit Man. Oh, by the way, Del18, thank you so much for the 150. Edit Man saying, I heard the Patrick show was good. I haven't seen it.
He's like, I told you everything.
Hey, if you enjoy it, I'm happy for you because they got renewed. There's more coming. So.
Did they just finish a season?
No.
Oh.
But they renewed all SpongeBob across the board, and then
okay.
there's more spin-offs coming. So
yeah, there's isn't there going to be like that live action Sandy one or something?
Who at this point they're gonna? I can't wait for the Mr. Krabs fry cook years where we learn about his past. Or actually, sorry, his sailor years. We gotta go back to his sailor.
Yeah.
Don't say it out loud.
You just manifested it. That's what's gonna happen.
All right, how about guys? New concept. We take one of the side characters, Squidward, and we put him in a new setting. And we say that canon doesn't matter, but we have all the other same characters in, and it looks just like SpongeBob, but it's not regular SpongeBob. Sorry, that's just the Patrick show.
Yeah, exactly. Does SpongeBob make appearance in the Patrick show?
Yes, he's a main character in the Patrick
He's a main character?
Yes.
That's so stupid.
He basically plays a Patrick in the Patrick Show. He's just like, oh, he'll pop up out of, oh, I'm here. And I like people missed the concept in my video because I was making a joke about random equals funny, and I was like, well, it can't be a prequel because they're mentioned as adults even though they're supposed to look younger. And it's like, well, this character, they don't have their jobs yet. Clearly they're younger. I'm like, clearly the whole point was me going into that the show writers said they don't care about canon, so nothing makes sense. So it wouldn't matter either way. That was the point, and people were so like, it's a prequel. I'm like, it's nothing. It has no connection. It does not matter. This could be them at 40. It could be them at 10.
Is what it is.
It's literally content for profit.
All right, last two super chats here. Then we'll head off. Edaman says, Viva, no matter what you say, people will still buy it, and Pokemon is too big for Game Freak to change, just like Madden and FIFA.
I know. And it hurts so much because it's like it's that's exactly it. It's like gone on for so.
Pokemon is Nintendo's FIFA.
Oh, I mean, arguably it's the Pokemon Company's FIFA because Nintendo first party stuff, it is very surprising to say, has not dipped in quality. Like Smash Bros is so good, Mario Odyssey is so good, Breath of the Wild is so good. Like Animal Crossing
have like a 33% stake in the Pokemon Company though.
They might, but it's
like Game Freak, Creatures, and Nintendo are the three like co-owners.
That sounds about right, but it's like it's obvious that like the people who care about the Nintendo games that are the first party games that are making it onto the console, they don't have the power to say to Pokemon Company, "Hey, do you mind? Do you mind? Do you mind?" They can't do that, unfortunately, or they don't want to. They don't bother, which is a shame.
What if they like copy Ultimate Team and then you just have to like open up monetize random Pokeballs to try and get the Pokemon not in the regional decks? Man, imagine that. What a great game that would be.
I'm going to fall over.
All right, last one from Editman related. Says, the presentation is going to be bad when they show a lot of mobile games, like Square. It was so bad they privated their Twitter accounts. Yeah, with the Square presentation during E3.
Woof. It's
I
like
want to play a Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale game. The world's been clamoring for that.
Like it's very uplifting to hear. Like Sakurai like made a statement saying like, I just hate the in-game purchase stuff. I don't want any of that. I mean, obviously character. No, I'm talking about like fucking the buying a currency in-game.
Right.
Like
microtransaction.
Like obviously, yeah.
In-game
buy gems.
In-game economies. That's the best way of putting it. Like because obviously Smash Bros. Like you can buy things in the game, but they're like fucking substantial upgrades with like full-on characters and stuff. But it's like with that in mind, it's like you would never see a Smash Bros. With him as the lead, having the microtransaction like economy going on.
Like, could you imagine if like trying to get a new Smash Brothers character is like, oh, it's a loot box, you might get one.
I gotta get my hat for Ryu. I gotta get my hat for Ryu.
Yo, I just got a legendary outfit. It's great.
Wow. Fuck.
I got the Street Fighter 2 Blue Gi unlocked for Ryu. Yeah.
It's like the difference between what happened to Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Tour is like, hey, do you want fucking Pumpkin Mario with like and it's like, what are you talking about? There's like so many fucking weird characters in that game. And then Mario Kart 8 is just like, yeah, we're just gonna give you a Mario Kart game, and it's like,
video game.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have all the weird costumes in Mario Kart 8? But at the same time, I feel like that would devalue a lot of it as well, because it's like there's like too much in Mario Kart Tour. It feels like there's like fucking 700 different Marios. Like, jeez, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I like Green Mario.
What Mario?
Green Mario.
Green Mario, yeah.
Green Mario, yeah. Green Mario's great.
All right, that was our last super chat there. So we'll go ahead and end it. This has been a very long show, though it's fine. It's our 150th one. It's a special one, I guess.
Special occasion.
I'm so sorry. It's all my fault.
No, it's
That was
fine.
the highlight of the
good.
episode.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and Jordan Fringe, thank you for joining us and then talking about
thanks for having
movies
me.
and cartoons and
Yeah.
stuff.
It was great talking to you.
Anytime.
man.
Great talking to you,
Absolutely.
dude.
Likewise.
And Viva for joining us again and ranting about
Yes.
Pokemon.
Always a
Viva for
pleasure.
destroying my lungs. Thank
I
you.
was- I destroyed my own lungs too. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, we got another super chat from
thank you
Deli
for
T.
having
It
me.
says, "Who are these podcasts? Sleep well, every pony."
Uh,
All right. We're probably gonna have
All
another podcast next week to make up for the last 3 weeks. So we'll see you then next Monday. So bye, everybody.
bye.